talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van Range. Commercial vehicles that go the distance for your business. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Good afternoon, I'm Max Scott here with your sports headlines. Divisive, misleading and self-serving. That's what Celtic majority shareholder Dermot Desmond's accused Brendan Rodgers of being. And Simon Jordan reckons he's absolutely spot on.
I was very interested to read Dermot Desmond's statement. It actually made me laugh when I first read it because I thought, chapeau, Dermot, well done. Because too many times these bloody managers, including Steve Bruce, get to say what they want, when they want, how they want, and there is no recourse.
Martin O'Neill told talkSPORT he was shocked to get the call from Celtic following Rodgers' resignation, but couldn't turn down the club who showed faith in him 25 years ago.
Maybe by the time that I pulled myself off the floor, I probably thought then maybe I should do it.
O'Neill's confirmed his interim appointment at Celtic alongside former midfielder Sean Maloney is short-term only. Sources close to Ange Postecoglou are playing down the prospect of him returning. Barry Bannon's told talkSPORT Sheffield Wednesday, despite being on -6 points, is actually in the best place it's been in years with the new administrator.
He came across really well, and it feels we're in the right hands to find the right buyer, because he's a Sheffield Wednesday fan for 40-odd years as well, all the guys, so hopefully he'll find the right buyer and the person that wants to help the club going forward.
Wednesday are 18 points from safety after that 12-point deduction. They go to West Brom on Saturday. And England's record Test wicket taker Jimmy Anderson set to be knighted at Windsor Castle today. The 43-year-old's been recognised for his services to cricket and will receive the honours from Princess Anne.
talkSPORT News.
Hundreds of asylum seekers are going to be moved from hotels into disused military barracks, and British tourists in Jamaica are being told to prepare for the island's strongest storm on record. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. With over 600 centres across the UK, most of which open 7 days a week, we're always there when you need us. QuickFit. Drive away happy every time.
Rain and cloud in Scotland and northern England, mostly dry with sunny spells elsewhere, with the odd patchy shower in the southernmost parts of England.
This is Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs with you through until 4 here on talkSPORT. I'm speaking slowly because Andy's trying to get his headphone plugged in.
And it's all tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, all a bit tricky. So anyway, good afternoon. What's coming up, Andy? Please tell us.
Well, coming up in the next 3 hours, Phil Tufnell pops in to chat about his new book, Crammed with Ashes War Story.
War Story? You all right?
No. Brentford support... I haven't got over Saturday. Brentford supporting keyboard wizard Rick Wakeman joins us live from the Palladium, and we'll hear from the dad of the amazing 2-year-old Luke Littler of Snoop.
Yeah, even if it's not, it has to be Luke Littler, doesn't it?
Yes.
We'll also look at the Wrexham Cardiff this evening in the Carabao Cup, amongst other things, and we'll chat to the football-booted Leyton Orient steward, who went viral over the weekend, being serenaded by the fans in only the way fans can. And we'll have a few yarns along those lines from you, but I'll set that up in a moment. Andy, what else is there?
There's all this, plus comedian and Celtic podcaster Jim Burke on who he'd like next in the dugout.
Yeah.
And inspirational world karate champion Jeff Thompson makes a welcome return to the studio.
Absolutely. He's got a new book out, Jeff, yeah.
Yes.
I can't say what it's called, though, unfortunately.
No, it's...
we can paraphrase it.
Well, you'll get the...
Well, actually, we can't really... We can say the first
Very
word.
difficult, yeah.
Anyway, it is...
It's derogatory, but self-inflicted.
Yeah.
He'll explain it.
Yeah, he will. 1:05.
Oh, yeah, don't bog the show.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Andy.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good
Are you
afternoon,
feeling
Paul.
any better than yesterday? Your rant went down very well with Ali and Jeff this morning.
Did it?
They enjoyed it. Yeah, I think.
I get
Ali,
so embarrassed. I don't want to hear it because I know that
you're going to sound like a lunatic.
I know I'm ridiculous.
Well, you
know
are.
I am.
You
And
are. I mean, the
can't
good thing
help
is
it.
the self-awareness aspect of it is good, because if you didn't think I'd have you sectioned. If you didn't think you were ridiculous in the cold light of day.
That's really true.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love this story.
Okay, yeah.
Footy great Neymar has unveiled plans.
As opposed to the plumber.
Very much so.
Yeah.
More of that later. Footy great Neymar has unveiled plans for a museum dedicated to himself. Oh, my God. What an ego.
I'm thinking of opening a museum. Oh, that sounds good. What is it? It's about me.
150,000 square foot. I've had a word with the management. We're opening up a Hawksbee Jacobs museum on the 5th.
Well, this is the Hawksbee Jacobs Museum,
well, that's
isn't
very
it? Every
true.
day.
We are a museum.
We're like the mousetrap, except you know what happens at the end, which is nothing.
That's very true.
Yeah, there's no twist. That's it. It ends and
we
that's
could have a
it.
talkSPORT museum. Listeners could contribute to what they'd like to see in the talkSPORT museum.
Yeah. Okay. Do you like the talkSPORT museum?
Yeah.
Yeah. What will we have in there?
Neymar can do it.
I'm trying to think of some of the things we could have that we can talk about on air. Anyway, what would you like to see in the talkSPORT museum?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be one of those, be an old school one, or would it be one of those interactive ones? Would you have AI Alan? Could you get him to say stuff? You're going to key it in, and a morning, I hate Celtic. And you get it to say stuff that Alan would never say.
That'd be very popular, actually.
Yeah, AI Alan.
And it could be sort of like a Madame Tussauds section of like waxwork.
Well, like animatronics. That would be great if us all sort of moving around.
It moves better than
Peter
I do.
Crouch. Yeah. One of us sitting there presenting like with things with dodgy wigs, like one of those ones in Yarmouth, all those dodgy waxworks that don't look. Is that Paul Hawksbee or is that Jason Cundy? We can't tell, even though they don't look anything like each other.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Now, what else have I got?
It's not a good idea.
It's a terrible idea. Do you see the Venice Marathon? This is an interesting story. Where have I done with it? Here it is.
Yeah.
The Venice Marathon runners had to jog through a waterlogged St Mark's Square. You think, yeah, it's Venice.
Yeah.
There's no roads. It's not surprising it was waterlogged conditions. But actually, it's because they refused to put the flood barriers up.
Yeah, they have. Have you ever been there when the streets are flooded? I went there once.
Well, how can you tell?
No, mate. The streets aren't. I mean, Venice. Have you ever been to Venice?
I have, actually.
Because basically, there's a canal, and then the canal ends, and then there's the land, allowing people to run businesses and not drown.
That's true.
But there is, at certain times of the year, they have I think it's the Aqua Alta, it's called, isn't it? And you walk through the square.
Such an expert on this.
Well, I just remember it. I mean, when you've basically worn wellies to have a wander around Venice, which you have to do because you go into some of the squares and it's about a foot 18 inches deep. Well, you did ask.
No, I did, yeah. It's good.
So it'd be great if the Moose would have done it, wouldn't it? The Venice Marathon. Also, what sort of course is that? I suppose you have to sort of run out of town and run round the streets. Couldn't have been easy, could it? Yeah.
Stop.
We won't dwell on that. Phil Tufnell's going to join us in the studio, and he's written a new book about the Ashes, and is Ashes Heroes. I get the feeling there'll be some cricket in there, but there'll be an awful lot of drinking. So I remember a night out in Brisbane with Warney, but I think it would be very much down that route. But he'll have some great old Ashes war stories, and we'll look ahead to the upcoming Ashes series as well.
I'm excited. Did you see this story about Vinicius?
Yeah.
I was like, this can't be accurate, though. I suppose it's a translation, but apparently Vinicius is open to a move from Real Madrid. He was very unhappy when he was hauled off with 20 minutes left of Madrid's El Clasico win over Barcelona on Sunday. Vinny, 25, showed visible disbelief and appeared to say, me, gaffer, me.
Gaffer, me?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's always me, he said. I'm leaving the team.
Ah.
I don't know if he said it in
They
English.
call that an adulterapt, from what I understand, who would often walk around the dressing room shaking hands with fellow QPR players.
goodbye.
Tell them goodbye. And then he'd sort of wandered out to the bus stop until Birch hauled him back and got him to come on.
Bit of flouncing.
Got him to come on for the second half. Yeah, he liked to flounce.
Good flounce.
So look, we are going to chat. You may have seen this. This is the Leyton Orient steward who went viral at the weekend. He was spotted by some eagle-eyed member of the crowd, that he had a pair of what you can only describe to people of a certain vintage as a pair of Alan Ball white boots on. He was wearing white football boots, the steward. And so they started to serenade him. The fans had a whole raft of songs, which we'll play you a little bit later on. He took it in great spirit, I must say. Yeah. We will be hearing from the man himself, Michael Morgan, a little bit later on. But sometimes you do the songs, when you get those things, you spot something in the crowd. Could be a member of the crowd, could be another person in the crowd wearing something, doing something that leads to a bunch of chants and football songs, or a steward, or a photographer, whatever it was, that sort of extreme.
Not who ate all the pie.
No, the extra. Although, I mean, look, things have changed since. I'm going to tell you a story now. Back in the days of Griffin Park at Brentford, I went along with a mate of mine. And it was at the time the Harry Enfield show was in its pomp. They were different times. If you watch an old Harry Enfield show, you'll be aware of that. And they had a character, I believe, called Fat Bloke.
Yeah.
And there was a steward at Brentford. And I was standing there watching the game. And suddenly I thought it was like a Mexican wave at first. There seemed to be a ripple of applause going round and I thought, well, what's going on here? And it seemed to get closer and closer to us. And as it did, the applause kind of went in our stand. And there was a steward, a young lad who bared passing resemblance to that character. And, they started to clap him. They started to clap him and chant his name. And he acknowledged it.
Well, fair enough.
To be honest, he wasn't that big. I think it was a bit of a misnomer. So it can happen. The point is it can happen. So do let us know. talksport.com/H&J. Text to 81089. Tweet to TSH&J. Big story, of course, overnight was the Celtic story. That was, two things. We said cheerio to Martin O'Neill yesterday, and obviously almost by the time he got home, he was the interim Celtic manager.
It's incredible, really. It's
a bit nuts. He was on with Jim and the gang earlier on, wasn't he? Explaining what had gone on.
Damning statement that was from Dermot Desmond.
Yeah.
Blimey. I mean, we're not in possession.
Well, look,
of the
they've all got.
They'll all have their own story.
They've all got their own agendas.
Definitely.
And it can only be a matter of time before we get the email from the LMA. We're giving Brendan's side of this. He should do that because, reputationally, it's not great, some of that stuff, is it? So I'm sure he'll want to defend
with the
himself.
LMA, though, they've never thought a manager should lose his job in the history of it.
Well, to be fair to them, they're not standing in anyone's corner. They put out a statement on behalf of the manager. So we'll see what it says when it does come through. And if it comes through today, which is quite likely, because that will be Brendan's right of reply, we will bring it to you. Probably won't be in time to chat to Jim Burke about it, the comedian and Celtic fan and podcaster, but we will ask how he's viewed it all, has he taken a side, and who he'd like to see next, because Martin, I think, made it clear earlier on, he's just keeping the seat warm. But we will hear from Martin in his chat with Jim White earlier on. Rick Wakeman's going to join us. Wanted to talk Brentford today, and we thought, well, Rick Wakeman won't come on, even though he's like a massive Brentford fan, because he's playing the Palladium tonight. Oh no, not a bit of it. No, he's going to have a chat with us.
Yeah,
and he'll look out at the Grimsby game this evening. And friend of the show, good old mate of Andy's from the past, Jeff Thompson, MBE, will join us. Former world karate champion, has written an autobiography, a really interesting read. Part one of his autobiography. It's been quite the life though, and it's kind of part autobiography, sort of state of the nation as well. But anyway, Jeff will explain more when he pops in. Yes, the Leyton Orient steward, Phil Tufnell, in the studio. Any questions on the Ashes you have for Phil, then we will put them to him. Talksport.com, text 889, tweet to TSH&J. We'll look ahead to tonight in the Carabao Cup, and we will chat to the dad of the Luke Littler of snooker. 2 years old. He's gone viral. He's all over TikTok.
It's amazing.
He is amazing for two, isn't he?
Yeah.
It is quite something. So that's all to come, but we kick off talking Celtic, understandably. We're here with Tool Station. Pick up your wet weather essentials today. Next stop, Tool Station. Good afternoon, Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. The talkSPORT Museum Andy's looking to open. Neymar's opening his own, so Andy thinks the talkSPORT Museum would be a winner. Surely Alan Brazil's Jaffa cake that he offered to Ronnie Irani would have to be in there,
Brilliant.
Mark. You'd have to trust. We'd have to get it authenticated. No, it wasn't just any Jaffa cake. Mike Parry's horse wing mirrors could be in there. Moose's trainers from when he walked the marathon. I'm not sure he wore trainers, to be honest. Thank you, Steve in Chesham. Anyway, you can give us some more suggestions. And those people that had maybe got people that got chanted at the football that wouldn't normally get that weren't players or managers were stewards, because we're going to speak to one who did a little bit later on, or other fans. But before all of that, of course, the big story breaking last night was Brendan Rodgers resigning from the Celtic job. Didn't sound that was a great deal of love lost between him and the board at the end. Martin O'Neill was in with Jim White yesterday. And as he left the building, clearly had no idea he was going to get the phone call. He joined Jim again this morning. He's now the interim manager. And he said how shocked he was.
Took a gasp of breath and thought, is this real or surreal? And so it's difficult really to turn down somebody who gave you the job in the first place. You know, when he had really some great options away back 25 years ago. So from that viewpoint, maybe by the time that I pulled myself off the floor, I probably thought then maybe I should do it.
There we are. It was Martin O'Neill chatting to Jim White and the guys a little bit earlier on. Let's have a chat now with a Celtic podcaster, comedian, Jim Burke. Good afternoon, Jim.
How are we doing, gentlemen? Okay?
Yeah, not so bad. I was looking at the running order of your latest podcast, and it was. I mean, I think you were chatting about, how can he turn this round? Well, I suppose events have overtaken you. You'll be doing an emergency one, will you?
We are indeed. 6 o'clock this evening. It was timing that couldn't be better. But still an absolute bolt from the blue. It really was, if you pardon the pun.
Inkling. But it's not been going well this season, has it, really?
No. I mean, the nature of it as well, normally a manager leaves and no one wants to air their dirty linen in public, and they say, we thank Brendan for his help, all the best for the future. But not this time. They really felt they had to stand their corner. Obviously, the chairman, they felt it'd been hung out to dry a little bit by the manager. And the way it's been, dealt with in public is very unusual.
Well, first of all, Dermot Desmond isn't the owner. He's a minority non-executive director,
right,
which raises a question that why has he got control of? Well, we know why he's got control of the outlet, but it's been clear that let's get it right. Brendan has never been a man who has ever been troubled by self-doubt. Okay? He's never been troubled by self-doubt. He's always regarded himself as the biggest ego and the biggest person at every club he's ever been at. And that's fine if things are going well. But when it doesn't go well, we at Celtic have got another, as I said, a minority shareholder who regards himself in exactly the same terms, that he's the main man. And when things start to go off the rails and there's been a lot of supporter discontent, I think that Brendan would maybe offered the chance to go quietly, maybe sign a bit of paper saying he would go quietly. But for reasons that I suspect that Brendan's keen that he wants his side of the story to be told as well, he just said, no, I'm just going to go.
Right.
So I think we're a long way from it's been over.
No, I think
a long
right.
way from it being over.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it seems to be revolve around the recruitment. Brendan definitely distancing himself. I watched a series of press conferences this morning where he's distancing himself from the recruitment process, whereas Dermot Desmond's saying, no, he was involved in absolutely everything. So there you've got a complete conflict, who you believe or who you don't believe.
Well, there was a meeting, there's a steering group that's kind of trying to unify the support in the Celtic collective to protest against the board, their set-up, and just the general corporate governance. And at a meeting a few weeks ago, they were asked, why does Brendan call certain players club signings? Yeah, and they basically they literally, and I mean literally, shrugged their shoulders. Now, that to me was Brendan kind of saying, look, I'm getting these players put in front of me. I'm getting these players put in front of me. But I don't think Brendan's a man who has ever held his hands up and said, I made a mistake. As I said, he's not a man troubled with self-doubt. So the whole thing is that we've heard one side of the story for Dermot. We're going to hear another side from Brendan. And as my dad used to say, there's three sides to every story: your side, my side, and the truth.
Yes. So, who next for you, Jim? I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Ange coming back, but the feeling you would think is, why not bring him back straight away? If that was the case, why put Martin and Sean Maloney in charge? Because Ange is not working, is he? He could have come straight back in.
In theory, he could have. I don't think he's the right choice. Although I did love him, there's no question. And I told your Wednesday host Max Rushton that I held him personally responsible, because he almost single-handedly lobbied for Ange to get the Celtic job, the Spurs job back in the day. But I would like to see them. Kieran McKenna's a name that's been thrown about, but I believe he's on a decent salary at Ipswich. He may want another chance at the Premiership, but a manager of that kind of background would do, because Celtic, I know that, and again, to quote another one of your, I always joke with Charlie Baker that he calls Scotland a pub league, and he'll love me for saying that. But Celtic's a huge job, and it's a great job if you're at a medium-sized club and you want to understand the pressure of a big job. So there is an attraction for guys like McKenna, and I think that's where we should be looking. Somebody who has got a bit of success under his belt at a medium size, and then looking to really take on something that'll expose them to European football, 60,000 fans every second week, every word poured over by countless podcasts, of which yours is one, right? But yeah, just that mad pressure of Glasgow and the rivalry in Glasgow. In fact, now the rivalry from Edinburgh as well, in truth. But I would like to see us. I would like to see us go away from the kind of usual suspects.
Interesting. We'll see what happens. I see he's 5-2 in the betting. Angie's favourite.
Link with a manager from Bodo Glimt. He's done a very good job there as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Nice one, Jim. All the best.
Good man. All right. All the best, lads.
And just tell us what your podcast's called.
It's called RGC. Now, because it's before the watershed, the C stands for, we'll just say Celtic.
Okay.
But if you're familiar with gradual culture, there's another C, because the first two words are right good.
Okay.
And if you're a Glaswegian, you'll understand what the third word is. All right.
The RGC podcast, the new one tonight, looking at everything that's gone on today, by which time Jim and his co-presenters may have the comeback from Brendan Rodgers.
Well,
anyway,
Jeff's book, we've got a lot of things we can't talk about.
A lot of things we can't. Not with Jeff Thompson's book. We can't even say what it's called. Rick Wakeman joins us next. Brentford in action tonight. Rick is a big Brentford fan. He's going to join us live from the London Palladium, where he's doing his thing tonight. He's got a gig there this evening, so I'm sure he'll be. Do like you do at Anfield? You touch Brucey's ashes, don't you? I think you must do it like you do the This Is Anfield side.
That's good.
Anyway, we'll ask Rick when he joins us very shortly.
Divisive, misleading and self-serving. That's what Celtic majority shareholder Dermot Desmond has accused Brendan Rodgers of being. And Simon Jordan reckons he's absolutely spot on.
I was very interested to read Dermot Desmond's statement. It actually made me laugh when I first read it because I thought, chapeau, Dermot, well done. Because too many times these bloody managers, including Steve Bruce, get to say what they want, when they want, how they want, and there is no recourse.
Martin O'Neill has told talkSPORT he was shocked to get the call from Celtic following Rodgers' resignation, but he couldn't turn down the club who showed faith in him 25 years ago.
Maybe by the time that I pulled myself off the floor, I probably thought then maybe I should do it.
O'Neill has confirmed his interim appointment at Celtic alongside former midfielder Sean Maloney. It's short-term only. Sources close to Ange Postecoglou are playing down the prospect of him returning. And Barry Bannon's told talkSPORT Sheffield Wednesday, despite being on -6 points, is actually in the best place it's been in years with the new administrator.
He came across really well, and it feels we're in the right hands to find the right buyer, because he's a Sheffield Wednesday fan for 40-odd years as well, all the guys. So hopefully he'll find the right buyer and the person that wants to help the club going forward.
Wednesday are 18 points from safety after that 12-point deduction. They go to West Brom on Saturday.
The nimble fingers of our next guest.
Very nimble.
Not often. We don't get many guests who can play that well and talk about Brentford. Especially one who's playing at the Palladium tonight. He obviously doesn't have to get in the zone after all these years and lie in a darkened room before he goes on. It is Rick Wakeman. Good afternoon, Rick.
How are you guys?
Yeah, we're good.
Thank you.
We're good. Thanks ever so much for joining us today. As you've got a big gig tonight. You've played the place a fair few times, I would imagine. Yeah. Is it a magical venue?
Yeah, I've done it. I think it is. It's to be fair, every stage you walk on is a magical event, but Palladium is quite special. Yeah, it really is. You can't help but think of all of the great names that have stood there, maybe in exactly the same position that you're standing. But there you go.
Yeah, it's true. I played there once.
Andy, you played the Palladium, did you? Well, okay. We won't
That's
go.
Another story.
That is a wondrous story.
Beat them 2-0, I don't know.
So, what's the nature of this tour, Rick? Is it a band tour, or are you going out doing sort of solo stuff, piano?
No, it's a band tour. It's a 9-piece band.
Wow, brilliant.
We've got two shows to go. We've got Palladium tonight, and we've got Bristol Beacon tomorrow, and then I go home for a bit.
Oh, nice.
Until Christmas. I've got a couple of charity shows for my dog rescue charity, which will be fun. One in Norwich, one in Ipswich. Which I love doing at Ipswich one in particular because it's only 10 minutes from my house. So it's always a winner.
He only lives round the corner. They'll be singing that to you, won't they? Before, yeah. And so, is it sort of your personal stuff, sort of Journey to the Centre Earth and Yes stuff, a bit of everything over the years you're playing?
Yeah, we're doing all the myths and legends of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, which is the most ridiculous long title ever. We just call it King Arthur.
Yeah.
And then also we're doing it's all wives and kings, really, kings and queens. We're doing all of the first album I ever recorded in 1973, the 6 Wives of Henry VIII.
Yeah.
Who had 6 wives. I've nearly had that myself, if I'm quite well. We do those in the first half and all of King Arthur in the second half. It's good fun.
Yeah.
It's been going down a real treat. The band is I have to say, is amazing. I look at them all with astonishment. I mean, they saved my life on many occasions, I can tell you.
So, let's talk a bit of Brentford, because you were involved with the club for many years, and you're a long-term fan. And there was a feeling that, Thomas Frank going, there was going to be a difficult period. But Keith Andrew made a great start, hasn't he?
Well, they have. I think the thing that people forget is that ever since Uwe Rosler, who, when he left, he said, just promote within.
Yeah,
he built that thing that everybody moves up a step, which is actually, when you think about it, what Liverpool did for many, many years, and very successfully with a manager. They didn't worry. They went and came and moved up the ladder. And I think because they've got such a great owner and their setup is phenomenal. I wasn't worried when Keith Andrews came in, because my only concern was that Thomas, when he left for Tottenham, took a lot of the coaching staff with him. That was a bit of a concern, but they seem to have coped with it all, and they seem to be quite calm about it all. And I watched the game because I'm on tour. I watched it until against Liverpool, and you have to say they look really good. They didn't look at all worried about anything.
No, they do seem. There's some new faces have come in, which obviously helps. And
the scouting is so good. Coyote, and he's such a brilliant player. He can play for anybody.
Brilliant. Thiago last year, he suffered from injuries, but is doing a great job. Sade is doing a great job. They seem to be able to just find players. Henderson, stroke of genius, I think. Absolute stroke of genius. And they seem to be able to replace. When Flecken left, in comes the
Kelleher,
just a fantastic. You think, there's so many what I suppose people would call the smaller clubs. Clubs like Bournemouth, like Brentford, who just seem to come in and. Crystal Palace could almost class as maybe it's one step up. They come and everybody thinks, well, they're a small club, they haven't got much money, and yet they somehow seem to gel fantastically, and they all seem to do pretty half decent. And I think there's a lot to be learned. The way that they work with their scouting and they put things together. You do have to, have to wonder why maybe some bigger clubs that are in trouble, financial trouble, whatever, don't look at the way that clubs like Bournemouth and Brentford are set up and go, maybe we should have a look at this.
Yeah, no, absolutely, definitely. There was a feeling sometimes around Thomas Frank that they didn't give the cups the seriousness that they maybe deserved. Going to Grimsby tonight. They've done brilliant, Grimsby.
It's a big opportunity to get the last eight.
I think the manager said he is gonna work the squad. He's going to bring a few players in and give them some game time. But I'm sure you'd like to see him have a good cup run, wouldn't you?
I'd love to see Brentford have a good cup run. In all the years that sort of been supporting or been involved, the only sort of minor cup run I can remember was. Going back into the 60s when they drew away at Burnley, and then they came to Brentford and they lost lost 2-0 at Brentford, lost 2-0 at Brentford. I can't remember a decent cup run. I mean, quarterfinals last year, I think. I'd love to see him have a great cup run. I'd love to see Brentford at a Wembley final. Well, I mean, I know they have with the playoffs, but such a great occasion. But Grimsby, I mean, there's always a club that sort of appears from nowhere with a cup run from the lower divisions. And hands off to Grimsby, they've done it this year. I don't think Mr. Andrews thinks it's going to be an easy run. But the good thing is about Brentford's squad, it may not be the biggest in the country, but all the players are hungry to play it and they want to play. And whatever he puts out, they will want to try and show that they can do it.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, we got that game live this evening. It's Grimsby versus Brentford, Carabao Cup fourth round, live on talkSPORT tonight. Rick, hope it all goes well in the gig. We really appreciate you joining us and have a good Christmas and enjoy the tour of the States as well. Good to talk to you.
He's saying thanks.
Yes, yeah. I think we had a slight delay on the line there from the Palladium. As the crow flies, what, about 4 miles?
Yeah, exactly.
But it was but good old Rick. Yeah, I mean, he's still going out. I mean, how old he is now? But I mean, he's still going out touring all the time.
Checking out
76.
Some of the Yes tracks, which I remember when they first were out.
Yeah.
I hadn't listened to them for ages. Still sound really good.
Don't you remember that? We had a clip that we played to Rick. It was a lawnmower. It was somebody doing a report at the football or the cricket, and there was a lawnmower going in the background, and it sounded just the same as the start of Roundabout, the Yes song. Honestly, it was the same sound. And,
really?
And we played it to Rick, and he beat us to it. He said, that's the start of Roundabout. Yeah.
Really? I don't remember that.
Can we find it? Can we?
Oh, no chance.
No, I won't swear. And I certainly won't swear when our next guest comes in. And because we can't tell you what his book's called. But he's been in before. He's always a great guest. An inspiring man, Jeff Thompson, MBE, a former world karate champion, old pal of Andy's of yore, and we'll be chatting to Jeff in the studio about his new book in a few moments' time. We're here with our good friends at Toolstation. Gear up for those darker nights with electrical and lighting offers. Next stop, Toolstation. Now, it's our biggest competition yet. We're giving you the chance to play to win up to £100,000. Yes, talkSPORT's biggest cash prize ever. £100,000 completely tax-free, Andy Jacobs.
If you're the lucky winner, the excitement doesn't stop there. You'll be coming to talkSPORT Towers on Thursday the 13th of November to play for that life-changing cash prize. Here's how to enter.
18 plus UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission, or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by the 6th of November at 4 p.m. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
People are saying, future, so how did Andy die? Well, suddenly they cranked up a bit of AC/DC. We weren't expecting it, and he suddenly just keeled over.
Bit of a postscript to the Rick Wakeman thing. I was telling you about this earlier. This is somebody from Liverpool posted this because they were bitter about it, but he said Brentford took a total of 9 minutes, 18 seconds to take their 10 throw-ins, an average of 55.8 seconds per throw.
How bitter have you got to be to sit there and recall how long they took?
It's unacceptable.
Sit there's a Liverpool fan with a stopwatch. I think it's time to move on, isn't it?
Yeah, but we were talking to Martin Lipton yesterday. They've got to do something about it.
They need to put... I mean, we benefited from it the other day because Kevin Danso was being handed a towel to do long throwing.
Yeah.
But no towels. You can't have towels home or away. Because that is asking, to take another 2 or 3 minutes to take every throw in, isn't it? While somebody goes and gets the towel for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway,
right.
Let's move on to lighter matters. And our next guest went viral after Leyton Orient's 1-0 win over Lincoln City at the weekend. He is a steward at Brisbane Road, and he was wearing a pair of what looked like box fresh football boots.
Very nice. Yeah.
And some wag in the crowd spotted it. And it was embraced by the fans. I take it Rose fans. We'll find out in a minute. Before we chat to Michael Morgan, the steward in question, let's play you a little bit. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see this. If not, you can hear the chanting and get an idea of what went on. Here we go. Yeah, other songs included Sign Him Up when he finally got a kick of the ball. Boots for his birthday, he got his boots for his birthday, and many, many more, as they say. Yes, the man in question, Michael Morgan, joins us now. Hi, Michael.
Hi there.
You seem to take it in good spirit. You were having a bit of a laugh with some of your fellow stewards, especially after you got a kick, which I think all the crowd were hoping for. How did you feel about it when it was all unfolding?
To be honest, it's just a natural reaction as a pitch runner to put the ball back into place so it don't bounce over the barriers, so it delays play and try and resume the game as quickly as possible.
Mm. And is that why you wear the boots? Did you always wear boots, Michael? Was that the first time you'd worn them?
So it's the first time I'd worn them because last season I ended up slipping when we had a pitch invader.
Right. Okay.
That's what I thought it was, because I know if you try and run on a football pitch and just train as you go flying, you need studs, don't you? You need a stud.
Yeah.
Probably could have done with
a
black boot might have been a bit more subtle, though.
Well, what made you go down the white boot route? Quite showy, Michael.
So basically, unfortunately, I'm a size 13, so it's very hard to get football boots in my size.
Fair enough.
So when did it, can you think the first moment they caught sight of it? When were you suddenly aware that the crowd had spotted the boots?
So it was one of my fellow stewards, John, who had actually pointed it out.
Mm.
And he was tapping me on the back and everything, and I was laughing, as I would as any other shift, with my colleagues. And then all of a sudden I started hearing the chants and that, and I was like, this is the Orient family. It shows the lighter side of stewarding, to be fair.
Yeah,
of course.
Well, it's better that than chasing people around who are trying to run on the pitch or swearing and stuff. And at least it's a bit more fun than that. That's true. Part of the entertainment.
Yeah, it is.
Mm.
Have you got a boot deal yet?
I'd like to think you should get one. If there's anybody out there from, they were Adidas, were they the boots?
Yes, Adidas.
Yeah,
that's the only brand I'll wear.
Oh well, there we are.
If you're listening.
Well, if you're listening. purveyors of the three stripes. I think a box fresh pair every week.
I think so.
Every other week for Michael when he does the home games. How long have you been stewarding, Michael? How long have you been doing it for?
I've been stewarding 13 years.
Right. Wow. That's fantastic.
That's tremendous.
And are you an O's fan?
I am an O's fan, but I'm mainly a West Ham fan because Orient is my second team.
Right.
Are you? Do you have to have your back to the pitch, or do you just sneak a look? How does it work?
So basically, being a pitch runner, we have to look down the wings in case anyone's trying to jump over, or we have to turn up round. So it's like we're looking at all four corners.
So you all have different jobs. Everybody's got to have eyes on different bits of the ground and different aspects of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, 13 years. That is impressive. You clearly enjoy. You wouldn't have done it that long otherwise, would you?
No, I've been loving every moment of it. And as I say, the stewarding industry gets a lot of negative press, but this shows the lighter side of the stewarding industry.
Yeah, that's you often get. I mean, now and again you get these little interactions like that, and it's always good humoured.
What's that thing where sometimes they say, "Oh, the steward should have got involved"? He put his life on the line for what they're getting.
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? There is an expectation you're gonna. I don't know what you get an hour, but I doubt if it's a fortune. But you're expected to get out there and kind of put your body between some people. Sometimes it's. Have you had some hairy moments over the years, Michael?
Yes, I have I had a fair few hairy moments at Wembley in the past.
Really?
Do you do the away games as well, or you just do the ones at home?
I'll do the home ones because it's literally down the road from me, to be fair, Orient.
Okay.
So why were you at Wembley? What was that one for?
So I've done literally every England game, the concerts.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay.
I was on and off there for 10 years.
Oh, right.
And you don't wear the boots. You don't wear the boots for the concerts and stuff. Or do you? I suppose you've still got to run on the grass and stop someone, haven't you?
No, it's all changed when that happens. I've stopped working at Wembley recently, so mainly focusing on Orient.
The good thing at the moment as well, as you're working at Orient, you haven't got to watch West Ham at the moment, Michael. It's not going well, is it?
No, it ain't going well for West Ham, unfortunately. I always get to stick at work for it.
Would you like to be a steward at the London Stadium, or would it be a bit too close?
I have stewarding.
Okay. What, for West Ham?
Stewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, at Thompson Park and the London Stadium before.
Oh, wow.
And is that hard when you're a fan to not get involved in, because you've got a job to do, haven't you, really?
Yeah, you've got a job to do, but then you can also interact with the fans and throw a little bit of banter back and forth with the fans.
Oh, that's
make them feel welcome.
Yeah. Not the away fans, I take it. That could go south if you started.
Having done both Upton Park and the London Stadium, I presume the atmosphere at Upton Park was a lot better.
Oh, definitely 100%. A lot better. It was a lot closer.
So no plans to retire, and the boots will be back in a fortnight for the next home game, will they?
They'll be back again tonight.
Oh, battles tonight. Oh, yes, of course.
Okay.
So, and if Adidas are listening, is there a particular Adidas boot you covet? I think it'd be nice if you could get a fresh pair every week. I think that'd only be fair.
What size are you?
13, he's told us.
13, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that may cause a few, although they may, a few stock issues. Maybe you'll get some made-to-measure ones.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Michael, keep doing what you're doing. The game, it really matters. The stewards do a fantastic job at football. They get taken for granted, like you said, too often. So, lifeblood of the game and all that. And thanks for taking it all in such good spirits, and well done to the fans who spotted it.
It's all part of the game.
Yeah.
It's all part of the job. I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Brilliant.
And I love working with Orient, one of the best places I've ever worked.
And it was Orient's social media team that spotted it and put it out, so they embraced it. So well done to them. Cheers, Michael. All the best. Good to talk to you.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Take it easy. Michael Morgan, now one of the stewards at Leyton Orient, who went viral. If you can just put his name, or just put in Leyton Orient steward, and if you want to watch the full thing with all the hits that the fans went through, you'll be able to find it there. In the next hour, Jeff Thompson will be joining us. He's running slightly late. He's going to be in with us in a minute. Phil Tufnell's here. We're going to have a deep dive into the Ashes and his new book, which is Ashes related. Some old tales of playing in the Ashes and some of his great Ashes heroes, whether that was during the game or after the game in the bar. And an amazing night of baseball last night. We'd normally wait and chat to Todd about this, but this was a record-breaking night in the World Series, the final, if you like, of baseball. And Brian T. Smith's going to pop in and tell us what went on. That's all to come in the second hour.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van Range. Commercial vehicles built around your business. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Good afternoon, I'm Max Scott here with your sports headlines. Martin O'Neill's told talkSPORT he said yes to Celtic as soon as he picked himself up off the floor. He's back there on a short-term basis, 25 years since he last took the job. Jim asked Martin if this was a heart-ruling head appointment.
Who knows? Who knows? Absolutely. This is it's a short term. Celtic, obviously, I think, probably are stunned with the news that Brendan left.
All this after Celtic's majority shareholder Dermot Desmond called Brendan Rodgers divisive, misleading and self-serving after he quit. Simon Jordan reckons Desmond's bang on the money.
Brendan had come out talking about Honda Civics and that sort of nonsense. That, you know, if I was in Dermot's shoes, I would have given him a smack, metaphorically. And here's the smack.
talkSPORT understands Kieran McKenna is a candidate for the vacant job. More on that at talksport.com. Now, Chelsea's Liam Delap could return from injury tomorrow. Enzo Maresca's managing him carefully.
90 minutes, no. It's, I think, 2 months now that he's out. So he needs gradually, back to 100%.
Delap's been out since August with a hamstring problem. Chelsea go to Wolves in the Carabao Cup live on the talkSPORT app tomorrow. João Pedro, Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo are expected to be rested. And Steve Borthwick's named his England side to take on Australia on Saturday at Twickenham. There's 6 British and Irish Lions on the bench. Tommy Freeman moves from wing to centre. And George Ford starts at fly-half ahead of Finn Smith.
talkSPORT News.
Hundreds of asylum seekers are going to be moved from hotels into disused military barracks, and British tourists in Jamaica are being told to prepare for the island's strongest storm on record. More from the news team in half an hour.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Come rain or shine, we've got your electric car covered with 400 EV ready centres, so you can drive away happy every time.
Rain and cloud in Scotland and northern England, mostly dry with sunny spells elsewhere, with the odd patchy shower in the southernmost parts of England.
Hawksbee Jacobs here on talkSPORT. Phil Tufnell joining us a little bit later on, former England spinner, TV presenter, all-round good egg. He'll be here later to look ahead to the Ashes and chat about his new book, Tuffers, Ashes Heroes. If you've got any questions for Tuffers, 03717223344, talksport.com, text to 81089, tweet to TSH and J, and we'll do our best to put some of those Ashes-related questions to him later on. But joining us in the studio now, making a welcome return, he often pops in when he's down this way. He's an old friend of Andy's. He is the former world karate champion, Jeff Thompson, MBE, set up an incredible organisation called the Youth Charter, which I'm sure we'll touch on in a few moments' time. But he's here to have a chat about the first part of a trilogy of his life story.
It's so funny.
Yeah. It's called, well, I can say the first 2 words.
I'll say the third.
No, don't say the third, Jeff. Big, black, and a word that begins with B that I can't say at this time of day. Good afternoon, Jeff.
Subhead, comfortable in my own skin.
Yes, that's right.
And it's really important, I think. Yeah. Hawksy, how are you?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good, thanks, Jeff. Yeah. So, it is a very provocative title. What does it stem from? What made you call it that?
Stems from being a small black bee at a time where, as a result, my mother and father moving to this country. Father died when I was the age of 7. And from that time on, whether it was at school or in the community, that was the word that was repeatedly used, because we're not nice to one another at school. So sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Absolute nonsense. Those words hurt. But I think seriously, when I thought about the title, and when I decided to write this memoir of 3 books, George Floyd, asking a lot of questions of myself. My mother was then just alive. She was on her end-of-life journey and realised I'd lived a pretty interesting life up till then. So got my wife Janice to And as she kept typing and I kept revealing, she kept looking at me going, I don't know you, do I? And then it becomes cathartic. So, it's the title is actually factually correct, as people will find when they buy the book and read it.
Yeah.
I remember meeting your mother. She's a very important figure for you and a very impressive woman.
She was one of the Windrush generation,
I am a
wasn't she,
product
Jeff?
of the Windrush generation. Stanley Beresford Thompson, Violet Adriana Douglas Thompson. When he died, young widow, lost your house, a woman didn't have a house or a mortgage, moved to the East End of London, and it was tough, it was intense, but she had a warrior instinct. And I am my mother's son. I'm a self-confessed mummy's boy, and absolutely proud of it.
Yeah.
No one's going to say that.
One of the things, and it's kind of led into an awful lot of stuff you've done in your life, is that it's kind of something we talk about a lot on the show. It's the kind of redemptive powers of sport and what sport can bring to people, the discipline, belief, and everything. And you talk about it in the book, don't you? That karate was so important for you. It was sort of transformative for you, which is why you've wanted to do things with young people now that maybe don't have a purpose, don't have a direction, and you'd like to see some kids go down the sort of route you did, ideally.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Look, in the East End of London, when you were black, young, skinny, as I was, once you ran away from the National Front, it was always taken that you'd go down fighting. All of that late 70s, the early 70s, late 70s, you joined a karate club to learn to defend yourself. Then I discovered a sport. Then sport took me all over the world. You achieved.
So it was self-preservation in the first instance. Yeah.
Absolutely. Apart from sending me patties at school.
Yeah.
And having to protect my
interest.
interests.
Book I didn't even know about. That's one thing I didn't know. I've written entrepreneurial West Indian patty.
Yeah, right. £7 a day. And Alan Sugar was at Brookhouse, and I was earning more than him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No, Brookhouse, Rodney Marsh, Alan Sugar, myself, Ian Dow. Wow. World bodybuilding champion. Sport was very much part of the everyday existence. And that's why, for half of my life, it was about what it had done for me. The last half, what the youth chancellor simply wanted to put back on the streets.
I probably would have gone to Brookhouse if I'd stayed, because I live not far from there, and I would have gone there if I'd stayed in the area, but we moved away, so you could have added me to the list as well.
Yeah, fine sportsman that you are.
Yeah.
No, I like the description in the book as the medals that you won being a passport to your future, which is an interesting way of looking at it.
Well, it was characterised in the 80s, because we know the 80s was about race, riots, and so much that was going on. And it was a sporting reception with the then Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, who at that time said sport was for the unclean, and sport wasn't favourable to her mind because of football hooliganism. At the reception, at that time, this is what you'll say, and I said, Prime Minister, by way of sport being for the unclean, I'm either in here talking to you or outside waiting for you. Her intellect, forget her politics, she had that factor. She had that something special. She walked in, listened. We ended up speaking for 8 minutes.
Wow.
Within 2 weeks, had an appointment letter to an inner city review group.
Wow.
Clive Lloyd, Steve Ovett, the miniature for sport then, now Lloyd Moynihan, civil servants and businessmen.
The miniature for sport.
He was called the miniature for sport. Might not be acceptable now, but certainly was then.
Yeah.
But no, we went in those inner city areas and communities I'd come from. And here I am, 10 prime ministers, 40 years in public life, potential bad boy made good.
Or maybe
School
from
Hard Knocks,
that
University
one,
of Life.
well, that one conversation then was a real kind of sliding doors moment for
and
you.
that this book and the trilogy of books shows that every negative is a positive, every challenge is an opportunity, but you've got to be life resilient. And I think that is so much of what young people are missing at this moment in time. But firstly, a fundamental right and access to facilities that will give them somewhere to go, the right people that will give them that all-important inspiration. I can remember all the people who had a positive word to say at a time where my self-esteem was low.
Yeah.
And it was about, what you looked like, where you came from, what you believed in, what you sounded like. Karate was the best thing that ever happened to me. Losing my father was the worst thing that ever happened and the best thing that ever happened. Because in the end, you see someone who's been shaped and developed by so many people.
Yeah.
So it's, at a time, again, we seem to have gone full cycle.
Yeah.
I live in Ashford. There are flags waving, and it does have you reminiscent of the times, the bad times in the East End of London. What do they represent? So sport, to my mind, is the only society glue we have.
You yourself are father to 3.
Yeah.
Great kids. Lovely kids. Jordan, we've interviewed.
Yeah, Jordan's a boxer,
back in the ring this weekend, I might add, in the States.
Right.
Returns as a heavyweight in Orlando. I've always thought it would be here, but your kids will always surprise you. So Matcham are out there.
Because he was fighting at was he fighting a cruiser?
Cruiserweight,
he was fighting a cruiser,
world title, lost. And then
Listen, that was quite a big step up for him. It was a different.
Yeah, he took a chance. He knew it was going to be a big step up, didn't he?
And that weight, one thing he learned, he was a heavyweight. When you lose that much weight, I tried that when I was, the heavyweights in my era meant I was number 6. I went to light heavy. Realised you don't do that. You run, you lose the all-important fluid and energy. But he learned from it, and he's now. Well, my last session with him saw 5 days of recovery. So on that basis, you ascend and allow the new, as it were, patriarchal presence to take it all over. But no, he's in good shape. So
good.
And I saw your daughter in The Lion King, which was great.
Yeah, Frankie's now. She took a year out. Again, when the boys start to get a bit too alpha male, they do 2 hours with their sisters on bar work.
All right, because
10 shows a week. 6 days a week.
Yeah.
It's as intense as we would have done. But yeah, she's getting ready to go back on the stage.
You mean ballet bar, don't you?
Yeah.
Ballet bar, ballet bar.
Not bar, not picking up pots in the pub.
The serious work.
So you do a lot of work with young kids, with the youth charter, and does it make you optimistic? The kids you encounter, or those, I suppose it's not that once you've encountered the kids and you've brought them into the fold, you've got kids that are receptive. I suppose it's the kids that aren't receptive you want to try and reach, and
And it's where successive governments have failed. I'm 35 years in this journey now, and I can't believe it would become myself and my wife Janice's life's work.
Yeah,
I'd like to think that, as I'm now officially a pensioner, I might add, is that you might be able to step back knowing that what you've contributed to would actually lead to something that was only simply what I had when I was growing up is what they need now. It's not too indifferent. That mental, physical, emotional sense of well-being, life resilience, all the things we all talk about. But there seems to be a massive ecosystem of sport for development, what sport can do to change young lives. But we're still seeing lives lost. We're still seeing lives disaffected, and that still motivates me. You've got to get it right. So, you keep challenging and making representations to government. The London Youth Games, I chair it. It's a legacy of our late monarch. We've got a 50-year anniversary in 2027, and that's where, as a recreation officer, it was just everybody doing sport, art, culture, and they had somewhere to go, something to do, and someone to show them. So still very much committed. And there's got to be more coalition of effort. Everyone talks about team effort, the benefits of working as a team, the leadership you develop, but I'm involved with the PFA, and football is our national game. It reflects our society. I think we've got to start looking, when I look at crowds now and the fans, come on, 40 years ago, did you ever think it? 44% of the players represent that Windrush generation or African diaspora. So there's a lot there we should be looking at, but we should never be complacent. And sport for development, projects and programs for young people, we've got to be more collective. So our call to action is just that, and we'll continue to develop all that it represents and all it must do.
Yeah. So this is book 1. Where does it take us up to? Where do we leave you in book 1?
Book 1 takes me from, obviously, being by my parents' arrival to this country, me being the product of that union, and takes you all the way through to the World Championship win in 1982, which, again, was extraordinarily not supposed to happen. And it's always the fine margins and the things that you never expected. So I've always accepted that I'm here for a reason. I think we all have a God-given gift, and that spirit and energy. But it takes you up to that World Championship moment. They say the greatest performance in karate history. But then it's once I had those medals, how you managed all that you managed, surviving a Harrods bomb. There was so much going on in the 80s. So, the second book, first quarter 2026. The third book, as the closing ceremony of Glasgow 2026 comes to an end, the third book reveals all that would suggest I might well need to find Commonwealth citizenship.
I hope Britain's healthiest couple's in the second book.
Yes, Andy wants to get in there.
I found those images.
Yeah.
Because you look at your whole life, and there's so many images that if I just saw Jim out, I was in a kilt at the Goofy Games, and Lisa McCogan, Alan Wells, and him, and we were
Jim.
the team. Yeah, we were the team. So it's been an incredible journey, but I equally hope it might just inspire people that when they say you can't or they give up, I let the kids read my school report now. They're old enough to. But everyone said you could do better.
That's a really good idea.
Give up, they gave up on you. Well, I'm just thankful that people didn't, And I hope the read inspires.
My school report would be far too.
Well,
Can you imagine
Andy's
school reports all being disclosed?
It was in Latin. It was in Latin. We can't read it.
The best one was when I came 33rd and I changed it to 23rd. And my parents couldn't understand why all the comments were so bad.
Whereas I'd be waiting for the postman to actually make sure I got that delivery through the letterbox because I knew what was the result of.
Also, the fact that they would have been still quite happy with you at 23rd. That would have been a result.
It would.
Reach for the red lines throughout the work or your exercise book.
In the meantime, Jeff, where can we buy the book?
It's as everything's QR coded. The QR code takes you to my website.
Yep.
JeffThompsonMBE.com, and it will soon be audible, and it will be because everyone's got to go on Amazon. But
the
30% that goes back on the streets because I want it to go. I want proceeds of this book to go back on the streets. And I think if everyone does that, we're all good and we're all in a good place.
Excellent. Jeff, go and check out the Youth Charter as well. Look at the work that Jeff and his team do. Brilliant work. So go and check that out and check out the book. Big Black B. I can't say the word, not this time again.
Just say BBB.
By Jeff Thompson. Jeff Thompson with a P.
I can't wait for the title of the second.
Yeah. Lovely to see you, Jeff.
As always.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much. Jeff Thompson there, former world karate champion. Go and check his book out now. Phil Tufnell joins us a little bit later on. But next, we had an incredible game of baseball last night. And Brian T. Smith's going to pop in and chat about that in a few moments' time. We're here with our good friends at Tool Station. Whatever the job, whatever the weather. Next stop, Tool Station.
sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the clock strikes me. Freddie Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last word on a Game 3 classic.
Yes, that was a little bit of commentary from Game 3 of the World Series. You don't follow baseball. It's effectively the final of Major League Baseball. And the LA Dodgers won the game last night. It was history-making. It was the longest World Series game in Major League Baseball history. We'd normally wait and chat to Todd on a Friday about it because the games are ongoing. But this was pretty historic stuff. And Brian T. Smith, one of our fine US sports correspondents, has popped in to see us. Hi, Brian.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. It's great to see you as always.
Yeah, you were telling us you woke up and caught it live.
I did, actually. I woke up at 5:30 and peel back the curtain a little right here, and I was checking the Monday Night Football game, right? Because the Chiefs played last night. Let's see what happened with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And the first thing I saw was that the World Series game between the Blue Jays and Dodgers was still going on. I covered baseball for a decade. I've covered 18-inning playoff games before. I covered the Dodgers in the World Series against the Houston Astros. So I've done this before. But there's nothing better for my money in American sports than a baseball, a playoff game, a World Series game that goes extra innings, because the tension is just out of this world. So I ended up forgetting about Monday Night Football and made coffee, walked the dog in the rain, took out the garbage, the whole deal, and had my phone with me the entire time, just following the game. And I still remember, I think the dog was sitting down for a second because he was tired. And Freddie Freeman finally had his home run. We have a really nice story by Joe Brophy at talkSPORT.com about Freddie Freeman's backstory. An absolutely brilliant game. And I still believe, as much as I love the NFL and I love the NBA, baseball at its best in the postseason and the World Series is the best American sport. It's just sometimes you might have to take 9 months, 10 months to get there. But that was a beautiful, beautiful baseball game last night.
6.5 hours you would have been in the ballpark watching that one.
You said good for the snack.
Yeah, great for the chief executive. Great for the because obviously a lot of money would have been made on the concessions.
I bet Todd Bowley made a few extra million.
Oh yeah, of course. And you can be able to spend that on players. This is great news. You need them all to last.
Maybe funnel the Dodgers' success into the Chelsea. That obviously hasn't happened yet.
Yeah,
but the craziest part was it's tied for the longest game World Series history, 18 innings. The Dodgers did that against the Red Sox, I think in 18 when Max Muncy hit the homer. Technically, it's the second longest game because that game went 7+ hours. This was like 6:39. The fact that a Major League Baseball game can basically, it's 2 games. It was 18 innings, which is 9 innings plus 9.
Games, that's 18. Absolutely true.
They had played 2 games. Yeah. And Shohei Ohtani, who I believe is the best athlete in the world right now. Right now, he's got to pitch in about 12 hours. He's got to pitch for the Dodgers. Yeah. He was on base 9 times last night. That does not happen. That is an historical achievement. And now he's going to pitch for the Dodgers. It's unbelievable.
They walked him 5 times in extra innings. They didn't want him to face.
He's a bit of a freak of nature. He's as good pitching as he is batting. He's a sort of two-way player, and they're quite rare. But he is the great at the moment, isn't he?
And the guy who hit the winning run, he's been struggling. But there's something about the walk-off homer. It's like the ultimate mic drop, isn't it?
Phil, it just finishes the game.
Like that.
And that's it. That is exactly it, guys. There's I love a last-second NFL touchdown. I love a I was at Chelsea, Liverpool when Maresca's running on the sideline, and no offense to Liverpool fans.
The Sunderland one, was that?
Sunderland, we'll never discuss that again. But there's nothing like, a last-second Premier League goal. But a walk-off homer in the World Series, the finality of it, it's either the highest of highs or absolutely soul-crushing. And watching Shohei Ohtani, who's worth $700 million, run out of the dugout to the bullpen and go celebrate with his Japanese teammate, who it's just unbelievable, the passion that comes through, because it comes down to the finest of seconds and the smallest of moments. And so that tension just builds inning after inning, hour after hour. There's nothing like postseason baseball.
It's game 4 tonight, we should point out, and I'm sure we will chat to Todd about it on Friday. Sorry, Andy. What
I didn't realise is the Dodgers have a Japanese translator in the dugout, because you just automatically think they're living there and they absorb it. Of course, they've got to get the manager's instructions.
Yeah, 100%.
That's a big job.
So, huge contingent, obviously, of Latin American players in Major League Baseball, but It is I had the fun conversation once with Simon Jordan about this, but it is a global game. It is a worldwide game because the best baseball players in the world go to Major League Baseball, obviously. But yeah, so if you're trying to communicate and you have someone who predominantly speaks Japanese, the best way is actually just have a translator. And credit to Major League Baseball, they've increasingly had those people around the teams for years now. It's actually a common occurrence. It's just one of those things where unless you realize it happens, you're like, oh, why would they have that? But it actually makes perfect sense.
Just finally, you mentioned the Chiefs Commanders game, and there was a bit of history last night for Travis Kelce, wasn't there, as well?
Travis Kelce, 100 career touchdowns combining regular season and postseason. It's so funny you said this. I wrote a column about this at talkSPORT.com this morning. You know, a year ago, we were saying hey, Travis Kelce's done. Like, Travis Kelce, he is at the end. It's time to retire. He's getting slow. Maybe you'll get engaged with Taylor Swift. He's engaged with Taylor Swift. He's playing like a Pro Bowler. I mean, Travis Kelce right now looks like if he wanted to, he could play 2 or 3 more years and go down as the greatest tight end in NFL history. The problem is he's probably going to marry Taylor Swift, and I'm not sure anybody could turn that down. You know what I mean? Do you want to wait to marry Taylor and keep playing a few years? We saw that didn't work out well with Tom Brady and Giselle.
Yeah.
Or do you double cash in and go out on a high note in the NFL? You're already going in the Hall of Fame. And finally,
he'll do TV and he'll do his podcast with his brother.
He'll be a Hollywood star. If I'm Travis Kelce, I'd like to speak with Travis Kelce. If I'm Travis Kelce, I am marrying Taylor Swift, and let's not wait anymore.
He was a bit of a sort of breakout celebrity star of Happy Gilmore too. I thought he was very good in it, wasn't he?
I thought Travis Kelce
comedy
was one of the only good things.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Brian, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Great seeing you guys. Thanks a lot.
Brian T. Smith there, talksport.com. You go and check it out, all our American sports coverage with Brian and the gang. Phil Tufnell joining us to chat about his new book, Tough as Ashes Heroes, legends and characters from both sides of cricket's divide. And we'll look ahead to the forthcoming Ashes as well. That's after the news headlines.
Divisive, misleading and self-serving. That's what Celtic majority shareholder Dermot Desmond has accused Brendan Rodgers of being. And Simon Jordan reckons he's absolutely spot on.
I was very interested to read Dermot Desmond's statement. It actually made me laugh when I first read it because I thought, chapeau, Dermot, well done. Because too many times these bloody managers, including Steve Bruce, get to say what they want, when they want, how they want, and there is no recourse.
Martin O'Neill has told talkSPORT he was shocked to get the call from Celtic following Rodgers' resignation, but he couldn't turn down the club who showed faith in him 25 years ago.
Maybe by the time that I pulled myself off the floor, I probably thought then maybe I should do it.
O'Neill has confirmed his interim appointment at Celtic alongside former midfielder Sean Maloney. It's short-term only. Sources close to Ange Postecoglou are playing down the prospect of him returning. And Barry Bannon's told talkSPORT Sheffield Wednesday, despite being on -6 points, is actually in the best place it's been in years with the new administrator.
He came across really well, and it feels we're in the right hands to find the right buyer, because he's a Sheffield Wednesday fan for 40-odd years as well, all the guys. So hopefully he'll find the right buyer and the person that wants to help the club going forward.
Wednesday are 18 points from safety after that 12-point deduction. They go to West Brom on Saturday.
Hawksbee, Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. Delighted to say making a welcome return to the studio, former England spinner Phil Tufnell. Good afternoon, Tuffers.
Afternoon, chaps. How are we all?
Lovely to see you.
Good, yeah.
Your new book is Tuffers, Ashes, Heroes,
yes.
Legends and characters from both sides of cricket's divide.
Yes, absolutely. Well, yes, it's a bit of it's like a love letter to the Ashes.
Okay.
You know, it's not just the guys who have been playing it and the heroes and the individuals, but all that sort of like wrapped up in the Ashes, because it really is something a little bit special. The Ashes. When I was first selected to play the Ashes, the guys were saying, well, just it is a bit different.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, it's just playing cricket. But you sort of take on all the layers of Australia.
Yes.
It's not just playing the Australians, it's the bloke at the door that lets you into the hotel. It's the bloke at customs. He was the first bloke who sledged me, actually. Was the bloke who checks your boots. You land, you go into this place in customs, and you make sure that the boots haven't got any mud in it, because you don't want to bring any diseases or anything like that. Checked them. Yeah, no, that's very good, Mr. Tufnell. You're free to go. Anyway, good luck, you pommy. So-and-so.
Right.
And I've gone, oh, hold on a minute. I think that's my first sledge. Yeah. So, just all things about the Ashes, and they say coming up as well. So
your debut was at the MCG. Your test, the debut. So your first game, your first test for England was the MC. 90,000 people screaming at you.
Might have been a few more.
Yeah.
About 100,000. Yeah, I don't think they'd allow that now. Like a duty of care to a young 21-year-old. But I got the nod for that. And, amazing. I mean, just an amazing experience. Can't really remember the first couple of deliveries. Just sort of went on a bit of autopilot and then got into it. But, yeah, I mean, it was just, what an experience, what a debut. And then, I got naught for. I got 0 for 0 for, 0 not out and 0 out, which the boys very kindly christened an Audi. After the
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I didn't trouble the scorer once, but then thankfully went on to Sydney and got a fiver.
Yes.
So just an amazing experience, and it's just everything around. In fact, my cricketing hero, actually, I'm afraid, a little bit of a dirty secret, was an Australian.
Oh.
Yeah, Dennis Lilly.
Oh.
Dennis Lilly, yeah, with the hair and the tash and the medallion and what have you.
Yeah.
Great action.
Yeah, I mean, and the Lily and Thompson.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a young boy sitting at home watching it on the telly, you know, that. They seem to be having a bit more fun than our guys, do you know what I mean? You used to see them with a beer after the game when our guys were a bit stuffy, but so that really sort of like pricked me interest in cricket. And I know my dad, funny actually, Dennis Lilly, my dad had a few friends that looked like Dennis Lilly.
Yeah. The tash.
Yeah. And they all used
very
to
70s tash.
Yeah, and they all used to sort of drive Triumph Stag.
Yeah.
And be called Ron. You know what I mean? Yeah. He had a few Dennis.
I remember during the Lord's Test, though, seeing him it's the only time I've ever been to Tramp's nightclub. It was quite trendy.
Okay, really?
He was in there dancing up a
Fell out a season ticket.
Well, there you go. No, he was an exciting sort of player, and he looked like my kind of chap, Dennis.
Yeah.
The amazing thing is, if you everyone's got access to YouTube now, but if you love your cricket, there's so much stuff on there, including yourself. Do you ever go on there and watch yourself bowling and all that?
Well, not as a rule. No, I mean occasionally.
I'd be tempted.
No, well, yeah. I mean, I perhaps see myself getting the odd wicket or two, but not when they used to get 600 for 3. Or something. I don't.
You had there was one in Sydney in '95, wasn't it? You 656. You had a good one. Is that right?
No, Sydney. Yeah, I think it was a little bit less than 650. I think it was 6 for something or other. It might be the match figures.
Right, match figures. Yeah,
match figures. Yeah, so that was my first fiver. We got close to winning there. But I mean, it was the weather. You know, everything. It was the weather. Everything seemed bright. You know, everyone was in singlets and everything was yellow and blue, and the sky was blue. It was just such a sort of appealing sight to me touring Australia, and the stadiums were fantastic.
Yeah,
you know,
the scale of them there are so different to what we used to here.
Absolutely, and everyone seems to be having a right. You know, it's very loud in Australia. You know, you go to Lords and it's all jolly good shot and everything. But Australia, it just sort of overcame me with brightness and fun. You know what I mean? I can't wait to be going back there for this.
I just remembered this. We played in a charity match. Do you remember when your son played?
I apologise about that.
He bowled him.
He bowled my son's coming in with this. Yeah, well, he wasn't a bad bowler at sort of. He was only about 12. So yeah.
Listen, a wicket's a wicket, mate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and
I do apologise.
We had to say to him, look, he did play for England. You know what I mean?
I wasn't sure whether Cat bowled him, or I think he sort of looped it up to Nick Hancock. So he was bowled Tufnell, caught Hancock.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah, that's what happened. There's some. You talk about the players you loved, but obviously you knew a lot of these guys. You talk about Merv and the late great Shane Warne and others, all socially. So there's a few war stories off the field in the book as well.
No, absolutely. As you say, and the pig gets a mention. Do you remember the pig?
Oh, yes.
With what was it, Eddie and Gat written on it, or Beefy and Gat?
Yeah, Beefy and Gat, I think it was.
Beefy and Gat written on it. Yeah, so he gets a mention. Some of the umpires. You
got slapped on the head once with a beef and onion pie, didn't you?
Walking out of the MCG through the members. I was walking out through the members, and got one of their famous pies.
Yeah.
You know, walking down.
About Lords a couple of years ago.
And he usually had a bit of sauce on it as well. Yeah.
And they slapped you right on the back.
Slapped it on the back of my head as I walked out.
You should have done a Mickey Quinn, had a bite out of it. Yeah, that's it.
A helmet.
I loved it over there. It is a little bit special. It's just the whole thing about it is a little bit special. From the country, the beaches are in there.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're going over there as a youngster, as I did, you know, it really did open my eyes to what the Ashes meant, you know.
What about the sledging then, Phil? What's it like when you're out there? And can you hear everything, or do you have to try and block it out? Or do you take it on now and again, have a bit back?
Well, yeah, I mean, I used to quite enjoy it, you know. I mean, there you go. Gucci, my first test... very, very nervous at the MCG. Where did he say for me to go and field? In front of Bay 13. I just went, are you sure? Bay 13 was his place at the MCG, which was renowned for getting stuck in the opposition. And that's where he decided to go and make me field for my first run out for England. But, crikey, you got a lot of stick. A lot of it was friendly banter, and I enjoyed it, because when you did manage to get one of them out, you could go back and give them a little bit back.
Yeah. You mentioned Beefy there, and we were speaking to him on the show last week.
Oh, right. That's it. Now, is he all right?
He's fine. Yeah,
he's not happy about the lack of preparation. And,
not enough warm-up games.
I mean, I don't know what you did in your day, whether you had...
Well, we was over there for months. we used to go there for about 3.5, 4 months, which perhaps was too long.
Yeah.
I mean, we sort of, we were sort of bringing cricket to the nation. We were ambassadors for our sport.
Of course.
We'd go up country and we'd go up the Northern Territories. I think we played one at Alice Springs, and we would have played, the President's 11. We would have played New South Wales, Adelaide, and all their Shield games. Perhaps that was a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But
you felt ready, did you? I guess because you were used to the
if anything, a little stale.
Yeah. So somewhere in between one 3-day game against your own mates.
Yeah.
Versus all that.
Well, it's at Lilac Hill as well, which we always used to play the President's 11 at Lilac Hill, and I think Dennis bowled us out there, and I think it was about 65. But it doesn't. Doug Walter's got 70. They got all the old boys.
Yeah. Wow, like a showbiz team.
Yeah, it was, and they turned us over. But it is your first game. But the one thing that I am slightly worried about, and I make Sir Ian right there, is that it doesn't bounce above shin high at Lilac Hill, and then where's your first game? With a whacker, which is going to be going through chest high. So the boys have got to get accustomed quickly, and also their pitches have changed a little bit in Australia now. They're a little bit juicier. There's a little bit of sideways movement for the seamers as well.
Likes that.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But Archer and Ward.
Well, yes.
Wood.
Ward, who's he?
And we've been speaking of Harmy, and from what Harmy tells us, Mark Wood's in good nick. He's feeling fit and he's feeling ready. But it's keeping those two, especially those two boys, fit, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. They won't be able to play all 5.
No.
So, it's how they're going to sort of rotate them and what have you. But, I mean, if it was down to me, I'd play them until they drop. Play
try and get ahead.
Yeah, try and get ahead.
I think the thing with Stokes as well is, he just wants to do everything. You can't blame him, and he's so fantastic at it.
Yeah, he is.
Can he last the 5 tests is a big question. We hope he can.
Yeah, well...
Apparently he's very fit at the moment.
Absolutely. Well, and England's best bowler this summer.
He was great in the summer.
He was fantastic. He was head and shoulders better than that boy.
Good series, that was.
Oh, amazing series. Disappointing not just to get across the line at the Oval. Should have done that.
That Monday morning was something else.
What was it?
I think the whole nation was gripped to that.
What do they need? 30 with 5 wickets.
Yeah.
That would have been a lovely little confidence booster then going to Australia.
Yeah.
But I don't think these guys, they're not like, that would have scarred me for the rest of my career. I would have still been scarred from that. But these guys, these bazballers, I know that we don't like to call them that, but these guys nowadays, they just go, right, okay, and off we go. And you just get the feeling now that all these sort of little bits and pieces of the jigsaw, under Stokes and McCullum, it's kind of what this has all been leading up to, this Ashes series, and they've kind of put them all in lovely. And it's a strange place to be, but I'm feeling mildly confident.
It's amazing. The Australian players, you've had Gilchrist talking about, there's no such thing as Bazball. It's 20 years ago. Yeah. Well, McGrath with his usual.
Warner's said the same thing about Bazball.
There you go. They've all they bring out the big guns to try and sort of undermine, but I don't think that will work really.
No. I mean, the guys are going to go over. If those first couple of Test matches are going to be crucial. I mean, we were talking about it the other day. Pat Cummins injured and what have you, which it's a shame. You want Pat to be playing, but. And then they're all talking about Boland being the weak link.
Not in Australia.
He averages 12 in Australia.
Yeah, not in Australia. He's a good bowler, that guy.
There's all this lovely chat.
He's on you the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. But we did deal with him the last 2 Test matches he played.
Yeah, that's different.
Phil Tufnell was with us. We're going to have a chat a bit more about his book, Tuffer's Ashes Heroes. One of the great sledges that he was on the end of as well. We'll touch on that and see what he remembers of that. And some of those other great players that he's written about in the book. We'll get some Merv Hughes stories, Freddie Flintoff, and
Jimmy
more.
Anderson, of course.
And Jimmy Anderson,
Knighting.
Sir Jimmy.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Sir Jimmy, as he is today.
Were you knighting him there?
I was knighting him.
I won't hold my breath for my one.
Yeah.
I'm not holding my breath.
Very unfair.
Arise, Sir Philip. That would be fantastic. Yes, Sir Philip. That would be marvellous.
Nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there's a few. Sir Alistair, Sir Jimmy.
There is.
There are a few knocking around in the cricketing world.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sir Curtley and all the guys, Sir Viv.
Yeah.
But...
Sounds like you're angling for one.
Still waiting for mine. Just to let you know.
More from Phil Tufnell. We'll take any questions you have. We can squeeze them in. Talksport.com. Text 81089. Tweet TSH and J. If we must, we'll have to talk about Arsenal as well, as they're going well.
What a Gunners.
That's all coming up. We're here with our good friends at Tool Station. Stay switched on with lighting and electrical essentials. Next stop, Tool Station. Jim, the greenkeeper at Kingswood, says, tough as the cat, fellow Kingswood man. What an absolute... Well, Kingswood, is that golf or is that cricket?
golf just down the road from me. Yeah,
right.
Nice track. Yeah.
So you're regular down there.
Well, yeah, pop myself down there when I can. Have a little whack round.
Is it because you've got a good hand-eye generally as a sportsman, as a cricketer? Does that help?
I'm not bad, but I mean, the thing that always amazes me is that I could never hit it over extra cover when I batted, but it seems to go over extra cover with a driver every time I tee off. I've got the most beautiful technique to slice it. But no, nice track down there. Good bar.
And Ashes, we always do kind of think of the greats, and certainly players like Shane Warne around the Ashes, not just for what he did on the field, but afterwards as a pundit and on TV. Yeah. He was a great guy, and I'm sure you had a fair few nights out, a few socials with him over the years.
Yes, he was a great guy, absolute showman, often on the pitch, huge belief in his own ability. It's amazing when you rub shoulders with the real sporting greats. Is that they just, the one thing that you pick from them is that they never come off of a field and say, "Oh, was I all right?" You know what I mean? They just know. They have this ability and this belief in their ability. It's the same when I first started playing with Beefy. I only played with him in the '92 World Cup and, about 10 test matches right at the end of his career. But, I mean, he just walked into the dressing room when we was having a bit of a dodgy time, and I could imagine it's the same with Shane, and it was just like, listen, give me the ball. Listen, I'll go and get you 100. It's this absolute clarity of what they're going to do. Doesn't matter who else is. We were all worried about Merv Hughes. Don't worry about them. They're worrying about me. So, it's great when you come across
There are
those
some
guys.
amazing videos of him after he finished playing, of him just going through his repertoire.
Yeah.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
I played in the game, the ball of the century.
Oh, of course.
Yes,
he got Gat out.
that. Yes, amazing. I can remember we bowled first, bowled quite nicely. I think I got two for, bowled them out for about 300. I think Mark Wall caught and bowled, well bowled Phil, and a little one, I think Mark Taylor or something caught short leg. And then we're all having a shower, and up on in Old Trafford, we didn't have any, there was just a little portable telly on the wall, and we hadn't got any DVDs or any analysis on this guy, and so we're all sitting there.
Had you had a bit of a buzz about him, man? Nobody really talked about him at all.
He didn't have a great start to his career.
No.
Shane Warne, I think he got smacked around by Sri Lanka and India for a couple of test matches, so didn't really come up in the team meeting. And I can remember someone saying, lads, better have a look at this bloke. This bloke's coming on to bowl. And we've all gathered round the telly, and he's sort of gone, we won't be any good. He's a leggy. He'll give us a couple of short ones. He won't be very accurate. So we're all sitting there having a chat, and he's come up, and you must remember, this was his first ball in Ashes. He's never played in Ashes. So in essence, it was a loosener.
Gat's face.
It's
a picture, isn't it? It's absolutely
and he's
brilliant.
bowled this ball, and it's just stunned silence as we've all just gone, oh, blimey. I'm having a look at this. And then about 2 minutes later, after this stunned silence, Robin Smith has sort of like sidled up to me and gone, Tuffers, what have you been doing for the last 2 years? And I've gone, oh, no, I'm going to have to, be up against this guy for the rest of my career. But absolute showman. Great sort of warmth as well, would talk to anyone, would talk to the kids, would give his
advice.
time, give his time to the opposition as well. Great man.
Definitely. That ball to Strauss also is pretty
Well,
special.
absolutely. He spun it at bloody. Oh, spun it at Mark.
Oh, you're okay. We get away with
about
it.
our spinning options because we were having a chat in the break there.
Yeah.
And
yes,
I know that you did a thing, I remember at Lord's with Jack Leach. And,
yes, that's right.
He was really in favour, and Stokes really seemed to like him. And then suddenly, I don't know. Because I think he gives him control, but...
Yeah, I think that what they talk a lot about ceilings of players now, don't they? About where can they go, where can they see themselves in 2, 3, 4 years. And I think that what they've seen with Shoaib is that he's got a very, big ceiling. His best ball is a really good ball, but he's got to work. He's got to work on his consistency. He's got to sort of try and bowl maidens, but when he gets in his slot, he can bowl balls that are going to get you out. And I think that they think also, because he's so tall and his high release point, is that on these Australian pitches that he might get that bit of bounce, a little bit like a Nathan Lyon, who bowls that sort of overspin.
Bowler. I remember when he started, everyone sort of took the mickey out. He was just the groundsman.
500 test wickets later.
He's just got better and better and better in his career. He's a terrific bowler.
Yeah, so I think that's perhaps why they sort of like wanted a like for like of a kind of a similar kind kind of bowler to Nathan, but I don't think spin's going to play much part of it, actually.
Not at all.
No,
Doesn't sound like it.
I mean, Perth, you're not perhaps going to pick a spinner. That's why they've perhaps taken Jacks.
Yeah.
As that sort of like bloke who can come in 7 or 8 and give it an absolute smoke.
Yeah.
And bowls pretty decent off his day-night cricket at Brisbane. Spinner's perhaps not going to bowl. You know, so I don't know whether spin's going to be where the Ashes is won and lost.
No, probably not. Jimmy Anderson, he still thinks he should be in the team.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe he should, but
yeah.
he's getting his.
I think he's smart in that he's not involved in this. He obviously,
it's funny, you know, out of all those overs he's bowled on those flat, baked hard Aussie pitches, you know, with the Kookaburra ball and everything. Now, if anything, these pitches look to be a little bit spicier. I bet they gave it a thought. Well, shall we wheel him out again and just bowling little 82, 83 miles an hour, just nipping around the top of off stump when the ball's doing a little bit. But, Sir Jimmy, well played. Jimmy.
And the fact that he wants to play in the 100, that he wants to play any grade, you've got to admire him for that.
Loves it.
Brilliant.
Kept himself fit. Has obviously got the thirst still for wickets. You know, good luck to him. Keep going as long as you can.
And do they sled you as a commentator when they spot you? Do they give
Aussies?
You, do they give you a bit of stick? The Aussies, as you're going in going in for the day.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good banter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Banter, as we call it. You know, sometimes it gets a little bit ticklish, especially when you're out on the field. But it's all good-natured fun. I love going over there. I love the people over there. You know, they really take the Ashes to heart, and you give a bit of stick and you get a little bit back. You've got to be able
There's
to
a
take
line,
it.
isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a line, and everybody knows the line.
Yes, I think it was, you know, Mitchell Johnson. Do you remember Mitchell Johnson?
Yeah.
They had that very fiery, talking about Jimmy Anderson, I'm going to break your arm and this, that and the other.
Yeah, that's
and
over
whatever.
the line.
Yeah, it got a little bit lively, and I think they've just sort of pulled it back a little bit there. But it'll still be going on.
How did you react? I mean, the one that they always try, which was the one where they said, "Oi, Tuffers, lend us your brain. We're building an idiot."
Well, I mean, I suppose they're spot on.
Did you hear that?
Yes,
Because
I did. Yeah. I turned round actually.
Yeah.
I turned round, and as he was bowling, which was silly, so they were kind of spot on. But that was perhaps one of the more humorous ones.
Another of your heroes is Freddie Flintoff, because we all love him.
Yes, amazing.
And he's just in these 3 series that he's done. With
they've been brilliant, haven't they?
They're brilliant, and the power of cricket and what he believes in is really strong, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think it's a wonderful game. You know, I mean, it kind of saved my life a little bit when I was growing up.
You're going to be a quantity surveyor.
Well, no, that's absolute lies.
Oh, it's really? Is it really?
That needs to be taken out of Wikipedia. Yeah. A quantity surveyor could come up to me and slap me round the face, and I wouldn't know what he was. Honestly.
Where's that come from?
I do not know.
What an odd thing. Citation needed.
Yeah, but it's the same thing, you know, like my dad invented the Muppets, you know. So
did he?
No.
Okay.
It's in it used to be in the Wikipedia.
What would you have done then, Phil? You're right. Now, do you know?
I was a bit of a silversmith with my dad and what have you. Yeah, so down in Hatton Garden. And perhaps might have just been wandering slightly off the path, so to speak. So,
so it was a saviour for you.
Well, a little bit, yeah. And it teaches you a lot. I mean, I've still bump into my mates who I've toured with, and I'm going over there to Australia to see the guys that I've played against. It's a lovely sort of way to reconnect, and you form friendships by playing in the heat of battle that when you retire, you know, you just go, hello, mate, how are you? You know, I mean, Merv used to spit at me and snarl at me and said he's going to rip my head off. Great mates now. We'll have a couple of pints and a chat.
Well, my brother-in-law who taught you at Southgate still calls you Philip. He says, you got Philip in today. Yeah.
Well, it just goes to show that talking to Sir Ian, he fell off the boat, didn't he? He fell off the boat in Australia while fishing in the crocodile-infested waters, and Merv jumped in and saved him. You know what I mean? So,
it says a lot.
So it just goes to show.
Your career post-cricket has been fantastic. Has that surprised you that, you know, you've parlayed this, not just in cricket, but
it's been great.
Sport, I'm a celebrity.
I remember you going to art exhibitions on the One Show, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
Sister Wendy.
Yeah.
Sister Wendy.
You've done some amazing stuff.
Talking about Renaissance art.
That's it. King of the Jungle. It's nuts.
I'm very lucky to have been put in those opportunities in front of me, so to speak, and loved it. But cricket's still my love.
Of course, yeah.
That's what I know. I mean, it's great to do all these different kind of things, but, to sit there, best seat of the house, I'm going to be there in a couple of weeks' time, and seeing all these wonderful games develop and unfold, and to be able to talk about it and know what you're talking about, that's where my love is.
Well, enjoy, and best of luck with the book, Phil.
Yeah, thank you very much, lads.
It's called Tough as Ashes Heroes, Legends and Characters from Both Sides of Cricket's Divide by Phil Tufnell, and it is out now, published by HarperCollins. Paul Hawksbee, Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. We'll look ahead to tonight in the Carabao Cup and lots more besides in the next hour. We're going to talk about the Luke Littler of snooker. He's gone viral. He's 2. And he's just ridiculously good. Young Jude. We'll tell you more about that in the next hour after Max Scott for the news headlines.
talkSPORT Sports Update, powered by the Nissan Van Range. Helping business owners to work better and live better. Search Nissan Vans or head to your local Nissan Van Centre.
Thank you, Paul. Good afternoon. Divisive, misleading and self-serving. That's what Celtic majority shareholder Dermot Desmond's accused Brendan Rodgers of being. And Simon Jordan says those words are truer than a true thing.
I was very interested to read Dermot Desmond's statement. It actually made me laugh when I first read it because I thought, chapeau, Dermot, well done. Because too many times these bloody managers, including Steve Bruce, get to say what they want, when they want, how they want, and there is no recourse.
As he was on his way up to Glasgow, Martin O'Neill, who's taken interim charge at his old club, exclusively told talkSPORT the type of manager Celtic are looking for long-term.
This is a short term until a permanent manager is appointed. And And I think that Celtic will be searching around, as I said to you, for that young manager with proven ability.
Well, we now understand O'Neill has backed Kieran McKenna, with the club considering him as a potential replacement for Brendan Rodgers. You can read more on that on the website at talksport.com. Now, Eddie Howe says Newcastle's fringe players will get a chance against Spurs in the Carabao Cup tomorrow. Despite being desperate to retain the trophy, Howe says it's a tricky balancing act. England's record Test wicket taker Jimmy Anderson has been knighted at Windsor Castle. The 43-year-old's been recognised for his services to cricket, so Jimmy received the honour from Princess Anne. And some bold calls from Steve Borthwick in his team selection to face Australia in the autumn series on Saturday. George Ford's picked at fly half ahead of Finn and Marcus Smith. Tommy Freeman moves from wing to outside centre, and 6 British and Irish Lions start on the bench.
talkSPORT News.
The storm of the century is picking up speed on its approach to Jamaica, and Downing Street is moving forward with plans to accommodate asylum seekers in military barracks instead of using hotels. More from the news team at 5:30.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Whatever the weather, our range of services is longer than the queue at the Chippy on a Friday night. Tyres, MOTs, brakes and more. Book today at quickfit.com.
Rain and cloud in Scotland and northern England. Mostly dry with sunny spells elsewhere, with the odd patchy shower in the southernmost parts of England.
Good afternoon. It is Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs here on talkSPORT. In the final hour, we'll be looking ahead to Wrexham v Cardiff this evening.
Yeah.
Game fixture not that common, but it's big Carabao Cup match up tonight. So Nathan Sort from Rob Ryan Red joins us and to give us a bit of an update on how he feels that Wrexham are doing currently. We will speak to the dad of young Jude, 2 years old. He's an absolute demon on the snooker table who has gone viral, put out a couple of TikTok videos of him, and it's all gone a bit nuts. But we'll chat to Jude's dad, Luke, a little bit later on. And we'll look ahead to England's women in action against the Aussies tonight.
Good stuff.
A sellout at Pride Park in Derby, which is brilliant. So it's the second friendly of a little series, and we'll look ahead to that a little bit later on. You seem to enjoy the chat with Tuffers. Thanks for all your messages. Chris the Toon, etc. among them. It's just like having a chat with a bloke. If you met Phil in a pub, you could probably just have that conversation.
Yeah,
really.
he's a really nice guy, fun guy.
Certainly.
Definitely. He was staying with a friend of mine for ages, for a while.
Yeah.
And he left some stuff there, including his England shirt.
Yeah.
Which my mate gave me. I wore it in matches. I loved wearing it.
What a fraud.
I know. Had like the number. It was a numbered one, you know.
You told him that, haven't you?
I think I have.
He might be running back in and trying to claim it back.
I don't know what happened to it. I lost it.
Oh, you've lost it?
I think I lent it to somebody else. It'll be somewhere. Someone's got it, but I haven't got
it. The memorabilia king you are.
You've been up on eBay.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Anyway, you mightn't be interested in this.
Yeah.
Tying your hair up in a man bun like David Beckham.
Why would I be interested in that?
It can make you go bald.
Oh.
I won't bother then.
No.
Honestly, what a great
You off to Turkey soon? You're going to get it done?
No.
It's all the rage.
I know, yeah. I don't.
Landon Donovan, isn't it? It's been a
He looks completely
It's been a game changer for him, apparently. It's given him confidence as a footballer. Maybe all those players out there that go off and get a weave.
I suppose so. I don't know. It's never bothered me.
No. I'd love you to just come in one day with a just completely false head of hair. It'd be marvellous.
Ridiculous, I'd look, really.
I did have that thing. Peter Reid ran out for the derby,
with his
Merseyside derby, and he'd obviously gone in just to take. He's obviously gone in and said, "I'd just take a little bit of the grey out of it," and he's run out on the pitch. Obviously, the guy was a Liverpool fan, whoever was doing the dye job. He's gone out there like Gerhard Schroeder, so black it was blue, his hair, and it was a shocker. He ran out of the tunnel. I thought, what's really done to his hair? It was honestly, it was a shocker. Anyway,
it was really. Here's one from the Reader's Trousers office section.
Oh, good, yeah, excellent.
Yes, it's for the Farah Premium Comfort Stretch Trouser.
Oh, you can't beat a Farah trouser.
I know. Farah have taken their most popular formal trouser and made it even better.
All right.
Is that possible?
Does take some doing.
Well, it's the addition of the discreet self-adjusting waistband. I think you'll find.
Well, yeah, well, that's often the way, isn't it?
Very much so.
The talkSPORT Museum. You suggested earlier on, Neymar's opening his own museum about himself.
Yes.
No ego there, of course.
No, not.
I imagine it's his people. I doubt if it's him personally. But
he'll only enter the studio from the left, cutting in from the left, and Frage will meet him in the middle.
That's right. Yeah. Chris in Hull says Anthony Amy's goalkeeping gloves would have to be in there, wouldn't they? I would imagine they'd certainly have to be in there. Mike Parry's peanuts says bucket of peanuts. Okay, mate. Mark the Palace fan. What else have we got in there? Some of the things we can't read out. We did like AI Allen, though, that you could just program whatever you wanted AI Allen to say. Or E1 Allen, as he'd call it. Yeah.
Very much.
I've been hearing a lot about E1, Ray. Don't take the A1. Go up. Yeah, anyway. Yes, anything else, Andy? Do you want me to shout some numbers out?
I'll just do this one before we go, because I know will have a personal meaning to you.
Oh, yes.
Original Sooty and Sue puppets.
Okay, what happened to Sweet?
I don't know. Legendary entertainer Harry Corbett. They were gifted to a toddler. They're tipped to sell for £6,000.
Wow.
Donna Paris, now 57, received them from the puppeteer, because you can't say Harry Corbett again,
no,
to quell a tantrum she was having in 1969. Probably annoyed, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, you've got a great story that you can't tell on air.
Can't tell that story
about him
on air.
Yeah.
But
he wore through them, didn't he? That was the
he
thing.
did, yeah. They would over because part of the act was that something could go wrong, and he'd set light to Sooty's paw. It'd sort of catch fire, and then Sweep would put it out with a soda, because he often had a soda siphon nearby. Sweep,
and then he'd get it.
Like all dogs do, and then it wouldn't hit the burning finger of Sooty.
No,
it would hit Harry in the face.
Yeah,
in great.
It was funny.
But it sometimes, all I'm saying is it did burn through to Harry's finger. And after a period of time, he'd had enough of it. But I can't tell you what he said. So...
marvellous. Give me a number then.
I'll give you a number. Okay, I've got my bit of... This is Andy. He kind of numbers all this rubbish he comes up with. I can't find me numbers. I haven't thrown them away, Andy. I promise. I'll... Oh, here they are. Can we have 148? 148,
148.
Please. Can you find cutting 148? It's a kind of lucky dip.
Oh, yeah.
System we have, yeah.
It's about cornflakes.
Right. Sounds like a winner.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, foodies are breakfasting like kings, enjoying high-end morning meals instead of posh lunches or dinners.
Right.
Luxury sunrise dishes, you can't say breakfast, have sparked a 14% year-on-year rise in the number of those dining at dawn. Leading the way is a £42 speciality Wagyu croissant. 42 quid for a croissant. Are you mental?
Just rush on the way to work, eat it while you sit on the bus.
Combining the traditional French staple, because you can't say croissant.
Yeah.
Again, this is full of these, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Japanese Wagyu beef available. You said Wagyu twice there.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that you
sack that journalist.
There. Available at the Cedric Grolet.
I'm not eating anywhere that's called Grolly.
Grolly.
I'm not interested in. I'm not
going there when he's got a cold. That's it.
Definitely not in the playground vernacular. Yeah.
Anyway, at his patisserie there, you can get them.
No,
and in the
put me
Michelin
right off that.
Hyde restaurant in Mayfair, diners can tuck into lobster Benedict.
Yeah.
For £70.
Wow.
Or truffled scrambled eggs on toast for 58 quid. I mean, that's bonkers, isn't it?
It's just nuts, Andy.
For me.
Well, it's not nuts, is it? Obviously. Have we got time for one more? I think we probably have.
Yeah, go on.
Should we go...
I like the random nature. You didn't know that was coming. I didn't know that was coming.
I didn't. What number was it again? What was it? 140?
That was 148.
148. Okay.
Cross it off.
I will do, yeah. What about...
let's a song sheet.
Let's take a chance and go 147 next to it.
That is a bit controversial.
Yeah, okay.
The Duchess of Gloucester.
Yeah.
This afternoon.
Who is the Duchess of Gloucester? Which one of the royals is that?
Which one she is? The Duchess of Gloucester.
Okay.
Do you want to have a look at her?
I'll check out which one it is.
I think I know what she looks like.
Okay. Yeah.
This afternoon visited the Music in the Round at the Crucible Theatre, 55 Norfolk Street, Sheffield, and got a 147 apparently.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Bought a couple of bottles of Hendo's and came straight back again.
She was received. You don't care about that. It's just the fact that she was at the Crucible. Just a cheap. That's why I think it was number 147. See, what a coincidence.
Oh, okay.
Number 147, and it's about the crucible.
Well, we are coming up to Halloween. That is quite spooky. Anyway, you get the idea with that. We move on then to the world of association football and England's women in action this evening in another friendly. A bit of a kind of homecoming tour, isn't it, of some grounds around the country to celebrate the fine win in the summer.
And I also want to say at this point, because we're doing women's football, Bob Harris, the DJ and friend of the show.
Friend of the show, yeah. Whispering Bob, the brilliant Whispering Bob. His granddaughter is making her debut for the Cerebral Palsy England team today. Oh, fantastic.
In the game. So
good luck to her, and good luck
to her as well.
Good luck to the team.
Brilliant.
Angelina Kenny's going to join us in the studio. We're going to look ahead to that match. Some interesting stories around it. We're going to hear from Serena Wiegman as well. And that's all coming up in a few moments' time. We will be looking ahead to the game between Wrexham and Cardiff. We're going to bring you Grimsby Brentford here on talkSPORT and Wycombe Fulham over on talkSPORT too. So a couple of games in the Carabao Cup. And of course, you can get your calls in straight afterwards to the boys on the Sports Bar, Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Who's going to get the Has Anyone Seen? Could it be Brentford? Could Natalie be getting a mention?
I don't think Jason's in a position to do any of that.
No, he's on quite dodgy ground after that performance. Anyway, we'll find out at 10. We're here with our very good friends at Tool Station. Get winter ready with heating and insulation essentials. Next stop, Tool Station. Good afternoon, it's Hawksbee and Jacobs here on talkSPORT. Beyond the Carabao Cup action this evening, there is a number of women's internationals, including England versus Australia. And it's a sellout at Pride Park, so 30-odd thousand people going along to watch that one. Angelina Kelly keeps an eye on women's football for us here on talkSPORT, has popped in to preview that. Good afternoon, Angelina.
Good afternoon.
Let's hear from Serena Wiegmann first,
yes,
shall we, ahead of the game. She was chatting after the 2-1 loss to Brazil, a game in which they played against 10 players for about 70 minutes. It wasn't the greatest result. This is sort of her talking about the way forward for the team.
I think, of course, we want to get a better result, but I also think that we got a lot of challenges in this game that we really need to experience. That we know what we can improve, and I think some things we did really well, and I think some things we didn't do well, and that's really really good to see, because if you play an opponent that doesn't give you those challenges, then you're not going to learn enough.
Yeah, Angelina, wasn't the greatest performance, was it?
I saw the highlights. I mean, to be fair, Brazil looked pretty decent before the red card.
Yeah, they did. And to confirm, Brazil's player that was sent off, Angelina, was not me.
Not you.
It is
Good.
not me. Okay. I am not moonlighting as a Brazilian footballer at all. Yeah. Well, I don't have the most common names, so it's nice when it hits the headlines sometimes. But yeah, it wasn't the best performance from England. Not to make excuses, but we do have players missing. Leah Williamson, Lauren James, Hannah Hampton, Lauren Hemp, amongst the stars that were missing because of the injuries. A little bit disappointing that the game against Brazil being on a Saturday whilst a Premier League game was on in Manchester. So the game was held at the Etihad Stadium, and Manchester United were kicking off at the exact same time in the Men's Premier League. Wasn't amazing, but I know a couple of people in Manchester that went that said, the atmosphere was great. We got to see Maya Letizia, Manchester United defender, who a lot of people have been crying out to see for England. She got her chance to play at centre-back. She also moved to right-back as well. So I think it was good to see her. I think overall she gave a good display. But, Saturday was the fourth time in a row that the Lionesses went into half-time losing. You think Sweden, Italy, Spain, now Brazil have all scored first against them. The last time that they scored first or even led in the first half of a match was the 6-1 win against Wales. So there's a little bit of work to do. It does feel like a bit of a transition for England. We've obviously, Millie Bright has officially retired. We know that Mary Earps retired before the Women's Euros. Hannah Hampton's been fantastic. She may be back into the fold. But, congratulations to Chiara Keating, who was in net. I know that they did lose against Brazil, but she wasn't, completely at fault for those goals. But only the second Black England keeper for either gender after David James. And she plays for Manchester City, so to have that at the Etihad I thought was really nice. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Serena makes any changes for the game against Australia tonight. You've got to think the last time that they faced them was in the World Cup semi-final. So I know Ella Toon's been speaking. She said this is going to be a bit of a revenge match for Australia. They will be wanting to get a result. And you look at it, there are 11 players from the Australia squad who play in the WSL. Right. And the manager is the former Arsenal manager, Joe Montemurro. He's now in charge of the Matildas. So it'll be a very interesting game. A lot of good players for Australia. And, England need to be tested.
Yeah.
How far are we from the World Cup? Is it 27?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So it's still a way out,
Yeah. We've still got a little bit of time. And it's like I say, I think that there will be a couple of changes. We look at Alessia Russo. She was absolutely brilliant for England, I thought, against Brazil overall. But Aggie Beaver-Jones for Chelsea, she's scored a lot of goals so far this season, more goals than Alessia Russo. It seemed like she played kind of on the left the other day, so maybe she'll get another run in that position. Maybe Serena will switch things up. I'd be interested again with Letizia. I think maybe her and Alex Greenwood linking up could be quite nice. Maybe you've got Lucy Bronze as a fullback. She's now back after breaking her leg or playing through a fractured leg at the Women's Euros. So yeah, it does feel like a bit of a changing of the guard. We've got some new faces in, and like I say, a lot of players injured. Unfortunately, somebody like Katie Reid, who's been filling in for Leah Williamson at Arsenal, she got called up to this squad, but she's had to drop out. Right. Jess Park, who's been brilliant for Manchester United, had to drop out. Grace Clinton, she dropped out. So I don't like to use it as excuses, but you are missing a lot of players that would be first names on the team sheet.
Also, something that's not got a great deal of coverage is that Serena Wiegman's lost her assistant, someone who's been with her, of all the good times in her career.
Yeah.
So it's moved on to other things. There's been some changes in the backroom team, so that's going to be a bit of a period of transition as well.
Of course, when you've worked with somebody as your assistant, I mean, I'm not a football coach, but I'd like to think, if you've worked alongside somebody and they suddenly disappear, then, you've not got that comfort. You've not got that person that you're used to. So I am
delighted.
Well, I was going to say, how would you feel? You feel like you'd lost your right arm or
I can think of some advantages. Let's talk about, so the game tonight, we'll keep you in touch with that. Adrian will definitely be keeping an eye on that. He's your host for the match this evening, Grimsby-Brentford, but I know he'll be keeping an eye on the Lionesses this evening. You do Inside Devils. You're part of our team, the Manchester United YouTube show we do.
Yes.
And normally we get you, you don't want to talk about Manchester
No, I
United,
don't.
but you seem quite keen today.
Oh, when we spoke in the break about talking about Manchester United, I was rubbing my hands together. I thought, absolutely brilliant. No, it's strange. It's we recorded the show today that will be out tonight on the talkSPORT YouTube channel, but we were all positive. I was giving Alex Crook a little bit of stick because about 3 weeks ago he was calling for Ruben Amorim to not to be gone, but he wasn't a happy bunny, shall we say? So we had a little bit of fun about that. But no, really encouraging performances. I think that all the games that they've won. Man United have won games. It sounds weird even saying that, but they've all been different and they've all had to approach them different. And we are seeing some tweaks and changes. I think that Brian Mbeumo has been fantastic.
It's the front three.
That front three firing on all cylinders. Benjamin Šeško, Matthias Cunha, and Brian Mbeumo. On paper, as good as any front three. And I think a lot of rival fans, turn their nose up at Man United bringing in Mbeumo and the amount of money that he wanted, etc. I'm sure there's a lot of clubs now that would be, biting your hand off to get him.
Liverpool could have gone with that.
Well, with Mo Salah's lack of form,
Something I'd forgotten, of course, is you're going to lose him and Ahmad to AFCON, aren't you, in sort of late December, January.
We thought that they were going to ask not to go or something.
Yeah, well, we were talking about
tough
it.
Not to go to
something in the
AFCON.
paper this morning. I really didn't.
Yeah, because on the right-hand side, you've got Amad Diallo and Mbeumo. They've been dovetailing really, really nicely, linking up so well. And we did talk about that because that right-hand side might suffer if they both go. You also have Mazraoui for Manchester United, who, isn't first name on the team sheet, but does fill in on the right. So they're going to have to figure that out. But when it comes to the number 10 positions, there's people that can replace Mbeumo. You've got Mason Mount, who's been quite good so far this season. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes can drop in. And if Manchester United do bring in a midfielder during the transfer window, which I think everyone's hoping for, even if it's on loan, then Bruno can be a little bit freer to play further up the pitch.
Excellent. Thanks, Angelina. We'll probably see you next Monday then after because WSL's back this weekend.
WSL is back. I will be at Chelsea against London City Lionesses, doing a bit of reporting for talkSPORT. So I'll be back in on Monday.
Excellent. We'll
Give
see
you all
you
the
then.
gossip.
Nice one. Thanks very much. There's Angelina Kelly there. Still to come, the incredible 2-year-old snooker star, the Luke Littler of snooker. They're calling him. Of course they are. And we'll look ahead to Wrexham Cardiff this evening. That's all to come in the final half hour.
Divisive, misleading and self-serving. That's what Celtic majority shareholder Dermot Desmond has accused Brendan Rodgers of being. And Simon Jordan reckons he's absolutely spot on.
I was very interested to read Dermot Desmond's statement. It actually made me laugh when I first read it because I thought, chapeau, Dermot, well done. Because too many times these bloody managers, including Steve Bruce, get to say what they want, when they want, how they want, and there is no recourse.
Martin O'Neill has told talkSPORT he was shocked to get the call from Celtic following Rodgers' resignation, but he couldn't turn down the club who showed faith in him 25 years ago.
Maybe by the time that I pulled myself off the floor, I probably thought then maybe I should do it.
O'Neill has confirmed his interim appointment at Celtic alongside former midfielder Sean Maloney. It's short-term only. Sources close to Ange Postecoglou are playing down the prospect of him returning. And Barry Bannon's told talkSPORT Sheffield Wednesday, despite being on -6 points, is actually in the best place it's been in years with the new administrator.
He came across really well, and it feels we're in the right hands to find the right buyer, because he's a Sheffield Wednesday fan for 40-odd years as well, all the guys, so hopefully he'll find the right buyer and the person that wants to help the club going forward.
Wednesday are 18 points from safety after that 12-point deduction. They go to West Brom on Saturday.
Paddy's Pick on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. Can you guess who's made the headlines this week? 18 plus, be gamble aware, don't all.
Yes, time now for Paddy's Pick in association with our official betting partner, Paddy Power. In Paddy's Pick, I'm asking Andy to identify a mystery sports personality who has made news headlines in the recent past, and he's Paddy's Pick of the Week. Andy, you're going to get 5 clues to work out who it is. We're going to start with £50 in the pot, and for every clue you use without a correct answer, £10 will be taken away. Okay. Paddy's Pick, all for charity, raising funds for Deshen UK. So, Andy, I've not turned the page over, got no idea who it is as yet, and your chances of getting it right. So, are you ready?
I am ready.
Here we go. Clue number 1.
Clue number 1.
This week's pick, we're not having a tension bed today, there's no tension involved. Blimey. This week's pick is an on-loan Premier League star, an international, who showed his class last weekend. On-loan Premier League star and international who showed his class last weekend.
Who would it be? Was he playing here?
A Premier League star. It's a bit unfair, that, as a clue, because he has played in the Premier League, but he's on loan at the moment. He's not playing in the Premier League.
No, I gathered that. So it's somebody who's playing abroad, who's on loan. Oh, no, it's hard. Nothing comes to mind, I'm afraid.
Nothing comes to mind. Okay, I may start to hand out the clues. I mean, unless, members of his family may not get... He played junior football at Fletcher Moss Rangers.
Of course he did.
Between 2003 and 2005. Oh, that gives it away, doesn't it? Before joining the academy of a major Northwest Premier League team. Fletcher Moss, maybe Moss side gives you a bit of it.
Manchester.
Yeah. He's on loan. He's a player who's on loan overseas.
Oh! Hoyland. No, the centre forward that was there last week. Højbjerg. No, not Højbjerg.
No.
What's his name?
Yeah, Højlund, you were right.
Højlund, yeah. Playing for Napoli, he scored goals for Napoli.
Yeah, but I don't think he started playing for Fletcher Moss Rangers.
Oh, no, that's not.
Yeah.
I got excited.
I don't think he's a native of Moss.
No, that's wrong. It's wrong. But he is on loan and he is doing well.
So let's look at the clues we have. He's on loan overseas. He did a classy little move last weekend in a big game. He played, I'm just guessing it's Moss side, it might not be, but the Fletcher Moss angle onto the team makes me think...
Is it Rashford?
It is Marcus Rashford. Yes, indeed it is. Scored on his England debut in May 2016, becoming the youngest English player to score in his first senior international match. Scored 87 goals in 287 appearances for Manchester United and has recently been on loan with Aston Villa and now Barcelona. Is a campaigner against racism, homelessness and child hunger in the UK. It is Marcus Rashford. 5 goals from 12 appearances for Barcelona and his 7th assist of the season in the Classico at the weekend. He is Paddy's pick of the week.
That's good. I saw a really clickbaity thing on social media. They're saying, his loan might not get extended. You think, shut up, he's doing really well.
Yeah, he's doing great. So well done, Andy. 30 quid for Deshane UK this week. Thanks to our friends at Paddy Power, official H&J betting partner, 18 plus only, BigGambleAware.org.
Paddy's Pick on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. Can you guess who's made the headlines this week? 18 plus, BigGambleAware.org.
Now, such is the way it's relatively easy to manipulate AI.
Yeah.
You don't know quite what to believe with your own eyes these days. So our producer...
It's just that AI has a hyper-real quality.
Yeah.
Other footage doesn't have it. I find anything.
So when our producer said a 2-year-old snooker star, we thought, she's been AI'd. But then we watched it and we realised, no, this is for real. And it is quite hard to believe. The young lad in question, it's 2-year-old Jude. He has gone viral, and quite rightly, because he is some snooker player already.
A couple of his shots are incredible.
Now, I don't think he's speaking much yet, so we're going to have a chat with his dad, Luke, instead. Good afternoon, Luke.
Hi, thanks for having me on the show, guys.
It's a pleasure. Wow, it really did wow us, this. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, how did you realise you had this gift? Did you play a bit of snooker yourself when you took him down there?
Funny enough, you should say that. I'm actually at the snooker.
Oh, there you are. Right.
Okay. In a private room, but... yeah, honestly, I play myself, but his is all natural ability. I have to, actually try and practice. He just puts the cue through his hand and it just comes naturally.
Yeah. Did he want to pick it? Did you sort of put a cue in his hand? Did you say, well, why don't you give this a try? Because he said, was it like, Dad, I want to have a go? Was it pretty clear he wanted to try it?
Well, you want your kids to kind of do your own hobbies. So I got him a little table, probably no bigger than an A4 sheet of paper, I always say.
Yeah.
On the floor. And I gave him the little cue, didn't tell him anything about it. And the way he put it through his fingers at the start, I was just like, wow, this is unbelievable, if I'm honest.
And had you taken him down to the club and he watch you at all?
Not at that stage, because this was when he was literally just turned. So, yeah, more recently, we've took him down to the club and that, and he picks up his own little habits.
Wow.
I mean, presumably he loves it. Does he sort of badger you to play? Come on, Dad. Well, he's not speaking, is he? So
yeah.
How do you know? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, he's a bit more chilled now. He has to go big snooks, he calls it. So
okay, that's fantastic.
He's on little phrases and stuff at the moment, but no, he loves doing it. And if he doesn't want to go, we don't go. But I try and get out at least once or twice a week because he showcases his skills. He loves a bit of an audience, a bit of a show off. So. Just whenever he's really, I don't put pressure on him.
Wow. The videos have gone fairly mad, haven't they? You've probably been getting contacted from all over the world with people watching this.
Yeah, you'll have seen it all over BBC. It's on ITV, Granada Reports tonight at 6 o'clock if anyone wants to tune in.
Wow.
Contact from Man United who want to do a few bits with a few players. So, it is... Sponsorship-wise, Baysmaster England have reached out and they were the first to do so, and I've been a bit loyal to them, and they've really took us under their wing and supported me throughout this short journey so far, if I'm honest.
Yeah. I love his celebrations when they go in.
Yeah.
How many years is he away from the Crucible, do you think?
get Barry in on the phone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ronnie was a sort of child primary. Our own Andy Goldstein used to play him when they were sort of early teenagers and probably even earlier than that. So, you know, it's if as you said, if he wants to keep doing it, you know, he's enjoying it at the moment. All the time he's enjoying it. Great. It's just a nice thing for him to. He looks like he's standing on a little stall, isn't he, Luke, as well, so he can get up on the table.
Yeah, so the you know, the barriers that I found when he first started out, when I wanted to expand his skills, you go to places, you know, you're having to get a high chair and put it against the table, and you know, there's no mini cues and things like that. So it's hard to start someone off. So I've had to learn this the hard way and kind of source everything myself from a 36-inch cue which he uses, because he used to use half an adult cue. Now he's got a stool which I just got, you know, from one of the local warehouse stores, which for him just to help us cook on the side at first, and then I realised it as a steady place for him to stand on.
Does he get the rules? I mean, he's so young. I mean, does he get the order that the balls have to be potted in? Does he already at that?
I don't want to put rules on it. I want him to understand he can't touch the white, but you know, he will pick up the white and he'll do certain shots. But the rules are out the window for now. It's all fun for him, and you know, you see skills there. You don't really need to follow the rules when he can pot like that.
No, he's got a few trick shots up his sleeve with him. He's in off the cushion and
oh yeah, that one's sensational.
Yeah, the one he puts the yellow in the middle pocket. What a lovely shot.
Well, that's what I mean. He can do it off two cushion. I'm trying to make it harder for him because you know, it starts off with balls over the pocket. And everyone's like, "Oh, anyone can do that. Oh, anyone can do that." And I'm thinking, he's two. Come on, guys. Like,
yeah.
What's his safety play like?
Yes, because
safety game. Just, you know, a bit like Ronnie, straight down, pot on the balls.
I noticed that he's no Peter Ebdon. He's not. He doesn't spend a lot of time looking at the ball, as he just gets on and hits it.
Mess about, straight down, straight in the pocket.
Are you a pretty decent player, Luke, yourself?
I'm all right. I'm playing my local league. Obviously, since this has happened, everyone's like, "Wow, get Jude, sign him up and all that." And I want to sign him up, but again, the stigma around snooker at the moment, no under 16s allowed in our league. So these things like that, I think Jude, you know, could potentially knock down a few barriers, get a few younger players on the table in the.
Have you thought how old he's going to be by the time he beats you? He's probably going to be about 5, isn't he, when he beats you? It's going to be quite painful that day as a dad, I'm sure.
That'd be wonderful.
Won't let him win.
No, you shouldn't. I think that's right. It's tough love. It's tough love, isn't it, really? He wouldn't like that if he's competitive, I'm sure, which, it sounds like he is. So, amazing.
What about other sports? Do you like to kick a ball?
Yeah, is he?
It's usually people who are good at one thing.
No, people always ask me this. Is he a really sporty kid? So we've been at gymnastics today. He's really good at football, which I love. And obviously that was the first kind of love for me with Man United. And he's got a bit of a passion for boxing, and he's good at golf, weirdly. That's the other one.
Wow.
Golf, he loves.
Wow, that's
obviously
amazing.
hand-eye, isn't it? Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, you said Manchester United had been in touch. Have they got some sort of snooker players there amongst the players that might want to take him on?
So they have a pool table at Carrington, so we're hoping to, a couple of first teamers are coming down next week, and, we're going to get some good content, hopefully. I think they'll be amazed because they won't really deal with social media much. So to see Jude in the flesh, I think that's a big thing for me. When you act in person, it's different to seeing the videos, and it kind of wows you a bit more.
Brilliant. Well, people should if they haven't seen it, if you were watching on YouTube on Connect TV, you would have seen some of his amazing shots. But you can find it's all over TikTok and social media. If you just put in Jude 2-year-old snooker, you'll find all the information there. Well, brilliant. Nice one, Luke. Good to talk to you. Thanks very much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for getting me on, and obviously thanks for promoting Jude as well. Judy one.
Sorry, say again.
Say it again because we cut out there. Oh, no,
yeah, we are. I think it's in a 147.
I think it's our commercial department. They don't want him to get it out.
Yeah. Cheers, Luke. Thanks very much. There's Luke, father of Jude.
As you say, Google it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is amazing, isn't it?
It is. It's absolutely remarkable.
For a kid of that age to be playing like
and
that.
so many, these great players like Maradona and Messi, all these.
They were sort of child prodigies, Messi.
Whenever you look at footage of them when they were like very, very young kids,
yeah,
they already had it. It's just something that's born, isn't it, within you, I think.
Maybe you have to get a game against Andy Goldstein. But Andy would probably smash him and make him cry, wouldn't he?
Probably, yeah.
He'd beat him. He said, like his dad said, I'm not going to let him win. Anyway, we'll find out. Andy's coming up with Gabby Agbonlor this afternoon at 4 with Drive. We've got Grimsby Brentford from 7. Wycombe Fulham over on talkSPORT 2, live commentaries. Sports Bar at 10. And I'm sure they'll be talking about Wrexham Cardiff. We're going to check in with Nathan Sort from Rob Ryan read the Wrexham podcast. Take stock of how he thinks the season's going. And, this is a fixture that isn't played that often, so we'll get his thoughts ahead of the match tonight. We're here, of course, with Tool Station. Pick up your wet weather essentials today. Next stop, Tool Station. Carabao Cup action tonight. Grimsby Brentford on talkSPORT, Wycombe Fulham on talkSPORT 2, and you will be kept in touch with Wrexham v Cardiff as well. An interesting fixture, an all Welsh affair.
I'd say lively is likely.
Imagine it will be. It's been a while since we've checked in with our next guest. We do so occasionally to see how he's feeling about life. We've sort of followed the Wrexham story pretty much from the takeover with him. Is the Wrexham podcaster from Rob Ryan Red, Nathan Salt. Good afternoon, Nathan.
How you doing, gents?
Yeah, we're good, thank you. We're good.
Yeah, I think on the outside, people just automatically assume, because it's gone so well for Wrexham, that they just march straight through the Championship and into the Premier League. But that was always going to be a big ask, I think.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think we've realised quickly that we've been in every game. I think only Southampton have dropped more points from winning positions than Wrexham. I think that's probably, a sign that we are able to get ahead in these games. It's just that I sound like a player now when I'm saying fine margins are going against us. I've been indoctrinated by Phil Parkinson saying fine margin, but it's true. I've been to almost every game this season, and we've been so close, guys, to getting some really big, Southampton on the opening day and Birmingham when we played them under the lights, really, really close. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of positive signs, but definitely not steamrolling the Championship, I think.
Have you noticed a difference in levels then between Championship and League One?
Definitely, 100%. I think Championship, they have those players, those individual players that can completely change a game. And in League One, they're very rare. League Two, they're even rarer. And in the National League, Wrexham had them. So it was we were the big fish and had Paul Mullin and Ollie Palmer and Elliot Lee. And now you're seeing the benefit of loans. Some players we come up against. I mean, when we played Leicester, I thought Jeremy Monga was sensational. One of the best players Wrexham have come up against in a very long time, and that's the difference at this level. And I just hope tonight against Cardiff, we have more of those match winners than they do.
What have the owners been saying about this? Because, I mean, you haven't really hit a ceiling because anything could happen. They're going to keep investing, I'm sure. But what's their feeling about what's going on? Has there been much feedback from them?
I think they're pretty relaxed. I wish I had them on speed dial more, to be honest. And I could come on here and talk about Ryan Reynolds is releasing Ryan Reynolds' text to me. I think they're pretty positive. They realised that the squad we had that got out of League One was going to need a huge overhaul. And this has probably been, I mean, they've spent 33 million in the summer with the view that they will only need 2 or 3 additions in subsequent windows, right? So they've done the big overhaul now, with the hope that in the next 2 years, 3 years, they will be able to build a team capable of getting out of the Championship. And I think it wasn't lost on Reynolds or Mack or Michael Williamson or Sean Harvey or any of them that gelling 13 new players quickly when everyone is rooting against you from the outside was always going to be tricky. And, we're seeing now with everyone coming back into fitness that, we're very, very close. Went up to Middlesbrough, best defence in the Championship, and they were very, very fortunate to come away with a point. So I think that's a sign of where we're growing as a side.
Possible big prize, isn't it, for whoever wins tonight and into the last 8. So there's still some very big teams left in the competition. That could be really exciting.
And so do you expect Phil Parkinson to play a strong side tonight, Nathan?
I think he will make changes, and I think probably the most interesting selection tonight will be Connor Cody. I expect Connor Cody to come back in. He hasn't kicked the ball for Wrexham since the 13th of September.
Right.
James McLean, if he comes back in, he's only had 2 minutes, quite literally, of football this month. So I think he'll turn to some quite experienced heads that maybe have been written off in some portions of the fan base, and I think they might remind people tonight just how valuable that experience is. And so I think he'll make some changes. I think Nathan Broadhead will play, and that's the one I'm most excited about because his dad is a massive Cardiff fan. And I said to my dad last night, if he supported a different team and I got to play against them, that would probably be the most motivated I'd be all season to ruin his night. So I'm sure Nathan Broadhead is feeling similar.
Do you expect it to be a bit of a tasty atmosphere?
I think so. I think North Wales Police might agree with me there because they seem to be all geared up for it. I think it'd be quite tasty. There's been a whole discourse on social media today. It's not a derby. It is a derby. At the end of the day, it's a Welsh rivalry, and we haven't had this one very often, not least since maybe the late 90s.
Isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You ask any player that played in these games in the 90s, early 2000s, they thought it was a rivalry. They thought it was a derby, and it was very, very feisty. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This has been the one that, since the draw's been made, probably the game I've looked forward to the most.
Fantastic.
Brilliant.
Well, enjoy, Nathan. Good to talk to you. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, gents. Catch up with you soon.
Nathan Sort there from Rob Ryan Red, the Wrexham podcast. And as we said, Adrian and the gang will keep you in touch with that one this evening. That one it should be an interesting match, an 8 o'clock kickoff for Wrexham v Cardiff. Get your calls into the sports bar after all of this evening's games in the Carabao Cup, and of course the women are in action, England's women at Pride Park. But that is us. Thank you very much for your company this afternoon. Coming up next here on talkSPORT, you're in the company of Andy Goldstein and Gabby Agbonlahor, who's in for Darren Bent this afternoon for Drive.